Alright, boys. We're recording.
Yeah. I did not recognise a lot of
It's a
Sun
crab
Moon
with
when I
boxing
played the game.
gloves. Claws.
It's the first time I've used it.
Did anybody play Sun and Moon?
We
I
did.
know Justin did and said he really enjoyed it, but it's a bit weird that you don't have gym leaders and it's all kind of going up to
Dojos.
dojos and stuff.
Right, okay. Well, unfortunately, 45 minutes
You
in,
got a
we've
box of
managed,
crab.
we've managed to get it all set up. So, who wants to do the recap?
We've got Donald Trump as well.
Do you mind if I just call Jacob? Because he said I could call him if there was something urgent.
Is the
Call
recap
him
urgent?
now. It's a recap urgent. He said, "Call me if some crazy shit goes down." So
It's been nearly
this is crazy
2
shit,
weeks
right?
now, hasn't it, since we had the last one?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. I remember very minimal information.
We have Coral.
Well,
Yeah,
we
the big
we
whale.
had, yes.
The big whale boy.
Yeah.
Coral?
Basically, last session was Coral, the movie.
Coral the movie.
It's brought to life.
I've spoken to
using,
Pixar, they're looking to invest.
I know.
Yeah.
It should be, it's
That's
gonna be
exciting. That's exciting news.
Tom Hanks to play the whale Coral.
Too bad they die in the first 2 minutes.
Whoa, spoilers!
I've got a
Or Andrew Lincoln.
I got a Mr.
I think we're going to get the
Mr.
actor
Stephen
who plays
Fry
Rick
on the line.
Grimes to play
Andrew Lincoln.
Fenwick.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and probably anybody to play Vinny because his
Anybody,
accent's
right?
the same.
Okay. Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, that works. Vinny the 7-foot Valharu. Peter Dinklage.
I like it. I like it.
Question is, can he do the
Well,
New
he
Jersey
played a
accent?
giant dwarf
No.
in the Marvel
He
films.
did play a
That's true.
giant dwarf.
And if he can't do a New Jersey accent, that's good because neither can I.
Well, he lived in New York. He can do a New York accent. That's
It's
not
fine. We're in D&D. Like the accent is whatever you want it to be.
It's a Valharu mixed with the Semric accent, which ends up being my accent.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get Morgan Freeman to be the voice of the DM.
Morgan Freeman, he has to be because it's God, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like we just swam down for a bit.
I mean,
We had some issues with
was
Vinny can't swim, turns out.
We polymorphed some coral into a whale. You talked to it a bit, got it to do what we want to do. We rode it to where we thought, like, I can't remember, like, someone saw, who was it? Was it Vinny that saw where the Atatlantea is?
There were bubbles above the
Vinny
water.
had
Vinny knew the
a
sort of
description
direction.
from
And a
Wit.
direction.
Yeah, he had a direction and a description from Wit, which we followed using Vinny's inbuilt internal compass.
Which I think
we
found
made like a,
bubbles.
next
found some
time I
bubbles
run
and-
this game, that is not a feature that's going to be available.
What do you mean? Keymind is like the feature to have.
like the
Then we
deer.
made a house on top of where the spot is we were going to go
Oh yeah, we went
down.
into the magnificent
And
shield.
surprisingly, Fenwick did not fill Vinny's room with whale noises.
Yeah, no, that was surprising and rather
And then
nice.
by the time
Mic
morning
off.
came, Coral was no more.
Well,
No,
Coral
it's a
was
new
coral.
coral reef.
Mic
Yeah.
on.
Coral Reef. See where we got the name? See it?
Coral.
This is our 96th session in this campaign.
Yeah,
We're
third
We're all
YouTube
going to die
video.
on 100. We're
96.
definitely all dying on
96,
100.
and I've only just developed an overlay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
How long
Didn't
the roll
like
go?
Fenwick make like an or not like a anvil type thing that had handles for everyone to hold onto to go down on?
He did sort of a giant
Yeah.
iron ball.
And
An iron
then
ball with handles. I mean, Vinny
Vinny's
didn't need
heavier,
it.
so I just
He
held on
just-
to Vinny.
And
See,
we found a
kind
ship,
of boat
sunken
is it?
ship.
yeah, which we
I
didn't
blacked
explore.
out during that bit, so did we just ignore that?
I'm
Or
pretty sure we just ignored it.
Okay. I don't remember exploring it, so I assume we just
We
ignored
didn't
it and went
explore
on
it.
away.
Vinny made a mental note of the location of the ship
To come back to it.
But- to come back if we wanted to. I feel like we definitely should have gone into it, but we decided that our priorities were
That thing, yes.
Yeah, the one that
That-
Dan didn't know it actually existed until we had to. He had to get it up on the screen.
that's the ship.
I don't know what you're talking about. I fully prepared for all of this.
And now
Um,
we're staring at a little girl.
and now we're staring at what could be described as the most terrifying thing that Vinny's ever seen, and he's been to like the 6th layer of hell and back.
Yeah. He sees some fucking places in his time.
He's seen some places, and for some reason, Jesus Christ, look at it. The smash it.
Absolutely terrifying.
Maybe he just wants to, talk. Maybe it's in a culture and go, are you my daddy? Are you my
No,
mummy?
no,
Are you
no,
my
no.
mummy?
And they're always British as well.
Doctor
All right.
Yeah, it's-
Well, I can honestly say that's the worst recap we've ever seen.
Yeah.
It wasn't insane amount that actually happened last section.
I feel like
I did some
there was a lot of
fishing out
traction.
the keyhole. Or,
There was
or
some
something.
fishing, mate. There was
Yeah.
some fishing.
there was.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some pretty successful fishing. Now I think about it.
I have a new horn.
It is a cool horn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know if we learned anything new about Dalamore's power, but I hear it's pretty big from him. That's what I hear.
He has got one of the biggest powers that you've ever seen.
Well, we can call it small now because he's not here. He's not here to protect himself.
Look, honestly, I've got to say, Dalamore's power. I've never seen. I haven't. He hasn't produced the goods. He hasn't produced the goods.
I got a yellow rubber duck.
Oh.
You did get a rubber ducky.
Oh, you did get
The
a rubber.
advantage on dexterity, and I can duck faster.
Yeah. Get it?
Hence-
Because it's a duck.
Duck.
I can
Yeah.
duck. The whole thing is just one big pun.
Because that's how I like to run my D&D sessions. All right, so coming back into it then, you've progressed on from this sunken ship, or these couple of sunken ships that you found, in the direction that Vinny was heading, or directing you. Vinny and Fenwick up front, and you sort of past the corner of this underwater ridge, and just round the corner is this image that greets you
Oh Jesus!
of this young girl in a tattered, mostly white dress, ghostly hair, swaying in the water, eyes lit up bright white, and she is standing amidst a forest of bodies chained to the ground with anchors. What do you want to
Okay.
do?
Have we just ruled that we can speak with underwater breathing?
Breathing speak.
We have not ruled that.
Oh.
In fact, I believe we ruled the exact opposite.
Can I? No, yeah, we did. Yeah.
Fenwick, I'd usually leave this thing for you, but I feel like you're not quite yourself
Can't
today.
speak.
So,
Neither can speak.
So Vinny
What?
turns to Fenwick and begins to speak, and
Oh,
what we get is.
Right, we game.
Okay, well, in that case, I will use my innate ability to scry on the girl. I'm going to say girl.
You're gonna scry on it.
Girl.
Not
I
scry, not scry. What's the word? I've sense
You can see
thoughts.
it. There's no need to scry on it.
No. What's the fucking
Detect good and evil.
detect thoughts? Detect thoughts. That's the
That
one.
one.
Detect.
My innate
thoughts.
ability to detect thoughts.
It's not a vocal one, is it?
Okay. Mostly what you get from the surface thoughts from this seemingly young girl underneath the water, who doesn't appear to be having any breathing issues at all, is mostly hunger.
Oh.
Oh, great.
Okay. I'll take out some of my.
She's currently thinking about how it would be possible to pry open the armor to get at the juicy inside.
Oh, right. Okay, well,
they want
maybe.
it, yeah.
Can I detect? Can I do a little detect good and evil?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's definitely evil.
Yeah.
Is it?
Looks it.
In fact,
Looks
it reeks of evil. This might be one
Am
of the
I right?
most evil things you've ever encountered, and you've encountered the dread.
Oh,
man.
right. Okay.
Just because it's in the form of a child.
Hang on though. Maybe I don't know that because that spell requires verbal and somatic.
It's a matter
Okay.
of.
No, then you don't know that.
Okay.
Fighting.
You don't know that.
Well,
It seems
the fact
to,
that I know
seems
that
to
it
be an
wants to-
innocent young girl. But it is
I'm
thinking
gonna-
about how to like open you up like a crab dinner.
I'm gonna look at everybody behind me. I'm gonna draw my hammer.
Yeah.
And then fucking throw it at it.
Sure.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Underwater.
Here we go.
Absolutely.
Okay,
So you throw the hammer. Roll an attack at disadvantage as you are throwing an item underwater.
Oh. Right.
I better bring Roll20 back up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and if possible, because I do have the Roll20 roll bar in the recording. If we could roll on there, that would be awesome.
Yes, Harry.
Yeah, Harry, come
so
on.
much money on dice.
Harry never has.
Well, we get back in person. We'll be able to use
Oh,
the dice.
hang on. I haven't done that right. It's a 19. If I take the first roll. Oh wait, no. That's a. Hang on.
That is one roll.
That's one roll. That's the other roll.
Okay.
It's a 19.
So it's a 19.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, you do in fact hit the creature. Roll damage.
Okay. So this is just base damage. This is more of a please fight my group. So it's
plus.
one. No, it's more than that. So it's 3d8 for the hammer
Weapon
and
has
1d8. So it's actually 48. 48 plus 16.
You're underwater.
Does that work? 34 damage.
34 damage.
I have
Oof.
a
The creature. So the hammer.
can.
It does. It's sort of it flies a bit slower than you were expecting through the water.
Yeah.
But does reach the target, and it sort of impacts the shoulder and rolls the creature back a little bit, and then as the hammer comes back to you just as slowly as it left your hand, the creature just sort of rocks back onto its feet and just seems to be mostly unaffected by it.
What, like entirely unaffected?
No, but just it didn't seem to do as much damage as you thought it did.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay. I will.
Let's step up and like get Vinny's attention. And do like a circling motion in my hand to try and like sign like, should we just go round this?
I mean, he's just attacked it.
I know, but it's not
It
reacting.
doesn't seem bothered, so I'm just gonna shrug and go.
Okay. The creature begins to move with a much faster speed than you could possibly have thought. And
Towards
in the blink of an eye is directly in front of Vinny and is going to make an attack against you.
Cool.
Okay,
Oh,
cool,
nice.
cool.
Okay, right.
Cool.
So just in case we're indifferent about attacking these, no, they're definitely angry now. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm just thinking how a fireball's going to work underwater.
That's
all
a
I'm
nat
thinking.
20.
That
Oh
will
God.
actually hit. That will actually hit. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna then do some damage. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
If I say no. Oh, it's alright. I got plus 12, so that's fine. Possibly that's fine.
Yeah, that one.
And that's 120. 1d20 plus 12. That's a 21.
21 is not good enough. So you take 14 points of slashing damage from what you can see now are these glistening claws on the child's hand.
Okay.
And you will also take.
Uh-huh.
33 points of poison damage.
Oh, Zing. Ow. What's that? 14 and 33.
Yeah.
14
So
damage.
that makes a total of 47 damage.
Ouch. I'm sub 250
And
already.
can everyone roll initiative, please?
Oh,
What's that? I'll do 20.
Plus dexterity.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
unless you have a skill that affects it. Oh, that's a tasty
Ah!
What's Dex?
set. Yeah, that's a nice.
So what did Vinny get?
It's a 7.
It's 7. All right. So once everyone's
Ooh.
rolled,
do it again for
nice.
me.
Nice.
Because I can't use
Nice.
dice.
Tight. Nice.
Alex, do
Roll
you
it.
want to roll for Fenwick as well, please?
Sure.
Is it plus 2?
So we've got.
Okay, so Eden gets a dirty 20 and Zed gets a 15.
Okay.
It's not as fun though, because you just press a button and it just happens. It's boring.
Well, mine rolls virtual dice, which people will be able to see.
That's still boring.
It's still boring.
There's an actual dice, physical.
Then we've got.
I missed my physical dice. I haven't rolled physical dice.
15. And then we've got.
Mine are in a drawer in another room. So.
Okay, so
12.
guys, we're in a bit of. I'm not going to meta game here, but we're in a bit of a thing with the lack of verbal.
We could have just
things.
gone around. We could have just like.
No, you threw a hammer at it. I mean.
Yeah, before the hammer was found.
All right, Eden, you are next. What would you like to
Great.
do?
I don't know because I'm a magic first.
Same.
How close is it to me?
It's
so like a battle.
It's right up in combat with Vinny, but Vinny is about 15 feet ahead of you, so you're about 15 feet away from this thing.
You have to check. If you're going to cast a spell, you have to check to see about verbal.
I know.
Apparently,
Dun, dun, dun. If I cast speak with animals, no.
Maybe you can turn into a shark.
Like if I get into a bit of a pickle, that's when I'll turn into an animal, but not straight away.
All right.
Yeah, speech.
Yeah.
No.
Great.
V is speech. S is semantic. So
nice.
Yeah, so verbal, somatic, or material. So verbal is voice, somatic is hand movements, and material is items.
Oh, that'd hit Vinny.
That's right. Don't worry about it.
Ice knife needs a drop of water. Well.
How about all of it?
I think you could definitely find a drop of water in your current circumstances.
Go on then. I'll cast ice knife.
All right, you cast ice knife. Is that a dexterity save or is it an attack roll?
Like a ranged spell attack.
It's a ranged spell attack, but Vinny will need to do a dex save to stop shrapnel from hitting him.
All right, Vinny, can I get a dex save from you? Eden, can I have a attack roll using your spell attack
15,
modifier.
20 plus 9.
I mean, she might not hit me.
Yeah,
It's
true.
like, oh. You just put
Oh,
an
right.
slashing.
No, it's shrapnel that you're dodging, not the knife.
That's
19.
1d20
19 will do it.
plus
19 will save, yeah.
9.
That was like like dexterity is my worst thing.
23 definitely hits.
Yeah.
So, look at spell.
For once, right. So
2d6.
it's 1d10 piercing damage,
Yeah.
and
The target needs to take a
Yeah,
do a dex
then-
save as well.
yeah, the target needs to take a dex save,
Okay.
or they take 2d6 cold damage for 1d10.
That's a nat 20.
It takes a bit.
I think, yeah. 1d20.
No,
No,
1d10
1d10. Is that it?
plus 9.
Plus 9. Great, nice. 13.
13 damage, okay.
Eden doing something now. She can swim away.
Are you moving away?
No.
Okay, no, that's
Like
fine.
I'm still in the same spot because I'm just. Poof.
Yeah, absolutely. So you see Eden just sort of wave her hands around and condense some of the water around you into a solid knife of ice, and with the power of her mind, throws it through the water, and it flies at a speed much faster than the hammer did when it was thrown, and collides with this creature and shatters into much shrapnel, but Vinny manages to dodge it and just bring his shield up in time to stop the impact of this shattered ice. Right, Zed, you are up, and then it'll be Thordrum.
Yep, give me a second. I'm just going to make sure my.
I take it this is undead, right?
How would you have any way of knowing that?
Okay.
As far as I
Have
know,
you cast Detect Undead or any kind of...
Plus, I'm assuming his hammer is like, what do you call it? Crushing damage.
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning,
Yeah.
there you go. But like,
And also it's divine, so all the damage that as a paladin, all the damage that I do with any weapon is classed as what is it? Radiant.
yeah. Okay, so that kind of means it's probably not. It's probably a demon or something. It's a bit metagamey,
Looks pretty
this.
demonic.
We wouldn't be discussing this underwater, would we?
Nope.
But yeah, Dalamar is personally thinking it might be some sort of demon.
I was trying to find the PDF for my blood
He
hunter.
thinks.
I need to know if my blood curses are speech or not.
I'm just reading the sword that Dan gave me, the Black Razor.
Cool, innit?
It has its own feelings.
Yep, it does.
Do you have?
It has a personality.
Yeah, it does.
Do you have proficiency in swords?
He certainly does now.
Yes, I do.
Go on then.
I don't know if he's got proficiency in sentient weapons, though.
I don't think I do. No.
Alright, I'm just finding out if some of my stuff is built like on speech or not.
Oh, right. Yeah, fair enough.
Because I have no idea if it's not. It's just a loading.
Apparently, if I don't feed him within 3 days, then he gets really pissed off.
Oh.
I don't want this thing.
You really wanted it last session.
Yeah, I did before I read it.
What was it again?
I have to basically kill things with my sword, otherwise he gets pissed off and starts complaining.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, my blood curses don't require speech.
I didn't think they did, to be perfectly honest with you. They're more
so-
about taking the sort of like imbuing yourself with the pain of taking the damage from the blood curse.
No. Well, I'm assuming I'm closer to it because I was next to Vinny when like it approached.
Yeah, you're about 5 feet. You're not in combat with it. You're about 5 feet away.
As a
Or 10
bonus
feet away,
action,
should I say.
as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Blood Curse of Mutual Suffering.
Okay, cool. Titan.
I will also amplify it, so that means I take one of my hit dice is worth of damage, which I'm just going to roll dice because it's quicker.
Okay.
It says I take 9 points of damage,
Alright.
which puts me on to a 5.
And does this thing now take some of the damage that you take?
Yeah, it will take half of the damage I've suffered.
Mm-hmm.
It lasts for a minute and it ignores necrotic resistance.
Awesome.
And I will approach to it, and I want to try and get in between it and Vinny. Summon my axe and take 2 attacks against it as a match.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to get in between it and Vinny because it's kind of clinging
I just
to
want
its
to
armor.
get its attention to get its focus on me.
Yeah, you could. Well, you definitely move the additional movement that you need to, and you get right up to it, and you can go ahead and take those attacks.
Right. I guess I can roll.
What do you want me to roll?
It's a D20 plus 12. 17 for the first attack.
17 hits.
And the second attack, do it again. Press up.
15.
15 just hits.
Okay, cool. So it will take.
It's a couple of shit rolls.
Uh,
What's going on? Like, out of the 3 rolls I've just rolled, I've got 4, 5, and 3.
Roll real life dice. My great axe is that, so it's one of you for. I'll just both. 9 plus 6, 15 plus 12 for the first hit. So that's 28.
Yep.
And then that's because I'm trying to do both attacks at the same time. So with another 12 on top of that.
Cool.
So 38.
38. Yep.
Total.
38. Okay. Yeah, so you sort of slice into it, and you can see it cut in the fabric of this dress that this creature's wearing. But the impacts of the strikes, they do seem to leave marks on this flesh, but there's no blood or anything, and that you just can't seem to cut as deep as you thought you would.
Okay. It is a magical weapon if that makes a difference.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. No, I totally understand that. Absolutely.
Cool.
So is Vinny's hammer.
Yeah.
Stone man.
I mean,
Stone
some would
girl.
say it's pretty fucking magical.
So some would say it is pretty fucking magical. So that was 38. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Thorgrim, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to go and try and feed Mr. Black Razor. And I'm going to go in for an attack.
Yeah, absolutely. You travel the distance required. You're not that far back. You're maybe about 15 feet back. You get right up on it. 14. It just misses. 15 is the AC.
I've got 4 fate dice.
Well, I mean, by all means, but you may need those later on. It's up to you.
Yeah, good point.
Is
Is there literally just this one?
So far there's just this one girl. Yeah, but
Right. Okay.
there's this forest of floating bodies tied by anchors.
Right. Yeah. No, that would be.
Yeah.
If they all got involved, I can only see about 40 of them. So you know, we might be able to have it.
How close are these other bodies?
They are sort of almost in a line from where this creature is standing and backwards.
Right. Okay.
Behind it.
More than 60 feet away?
No, I mean you're maybe 10 feet away from the closest one.
Oh fuck. Okay. Right. Yeah. Cool.
And they're about 10 feet away from each other.
Can I find out what they are? Can I find out if they're undead?
And how would you like to do that?
Would identify work in that situation? No, it wouldn't.
Is it an item?
Can I identify this item?
Identify takes 10 minutes.
Does also.
So you can cast. You can cast it as an action, but I'm pretty sure it requires, verbal components.
I'm going to literally just wait for it to attack me.
All right.
Can I cast haste on myself?
You have already attacked this turn, so you don't have
Right,
an
okay.
extra action. So you've used your action to attack.
Right, okay. I'll just leave it and look at it.
You have a bonus action if you wanted to cast some kind of cantrip or something like that.
Yeah, I've been looking at cantrips. I don't want to affect any of the others around me,
All right.
so I don't want to do something that's going to fuck that up.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, right. Delamar, you're up, and then followed by Fenwick.
Right. So, on the view of Delamar, and I'm just standing there watching people fight. Have I seen it been hit with any particular elemental damage already?
Ice cold damage. Yeah. There was an ice knife thrown at it.
Has any fire damage been done to it?
No.
Okay. Electric?
We're underwater.
No, just the ice damage from the ice knife from Eden so far.
You underestimate the power of my fireball, Eden.
Would fire moves work under in the ocean?
I might even have 2 fireballs for it.
Oh.
That'd be a lot of fireballs.
I mean, I was trying not to go
a true
loud.
display of your large power.
I've seen the hammer hit it, and I've seen the hammer didn't really do anything to it. So
That's
divine
the thing is,
damage.
You saw the hammer knock it back. You saw Zed cut into it, but
knowing that it's divine damage,
The
you said
speed
it
at
shrugged
which
it off like it was nothing.
and the necrotic damage
Yeah.
from Harry's axe as well.
Which worked fine on her.
Zed's axe also didn't seem to cut as deep as you would imagine it would on a different foe.
Yeah, I'll leave that to Nico.
All right, I'm just wondering if I had any inclination as to what sort of damage resistance it had.
That's funny, Skin.
I'm gonna cast a spell. I'm gonna cast Fingers of Death.
Finger of Death.
Finger of Death, baby.
All right. Okay. I believe that's a save of some variety.
It is, yeah. It's it requires verbal. Did we say we can't do
You
spells
can't
that
use
require
verbal.
speaking?
Because you're not currently speaking.
I mean, I'm speaking.
Yeah,
My
I
voice
mean,
cords are making the rumblies.
Yeah, but your dude be under the water. He's like.
your vocal
Smells.
cords are not vibrating at the same frequency because of the water that surrounds them.
Yeah.
And
I mean, like,
maybe
to
with
be
some
honest-
training and some time to adapt, but at the moment it's like
Mhm.
we're babs.
I mean, I don't even know what to cast. I mean, I'm trying to
You-
find something without verbal.
That is going to be the trick here.
It's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
Are
Jo-
my cantrips? Let's have a look.
So some of them are non-verbal for your cantrips. A lot of them are somatic because they're sort of just quick spells.
All
Yeah.
of the ones I have a verbal component to them.
Oh my god.
Well, that's a. Shall I ask Jacob to send me his?
I've got his.
Oh yeah,
character sheet.
Jacob's the thing, isn't he?
You've got it. So you know
Jacob's
what?
the thing, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, I'll leave you to that.
You said that my blood armor is akin to mage armor.
Yes. Yeah. It's light mage armor, but slightly better.
I can't even cast that.
Nope.
Oh man.
Well, I looked through my entire spell list.
Because it's so intrinsic to you, because it's a racial feature with your blood magic, I would allow you to cast that without verbal.
Yeah, like my divine smite. Technically, you utter the words of the god, but I feel like as Vinny has cast it so many times, it's just
Yeah,
natural to him.
it's intrinsic now. It's,
Yeah.
At the level that you guys are, that those kinds of spells that are intrinsic to you, that are part of your class, like really like ingrained in your race or your class or stuff like that.
Yeah.
That those kinds of things I would allow to rule
Okay.
that you could do those things.
Like cast spells.
No, like the blood magic shit that you got as part of your class. As
I
part
don't,
of-
I don't have any offensive blood magic though.
yet.
Okay. Were they on the scrolls that I left that I'm not allowed to have now?
Don't be soft, man.
Well, where are all those scrolls?
We don't know. I don't have the information for them.
Somebody had them.
Kind
Somebody
of
has.
hoping that you didn't bring those scrolls with you and you left them in the mansion, right? Right?
Right?
Right?
I believe that, but Dan's gonna have to dig the information out because I have no idea what these scrolls are.
Well, I don't believe that you would have left him in the mansion, as everything is expelled from the mansion on its fizzling.
I think
Oh, is it destroyed? Okay.
the last time we left this conversation, it was Dan said, if you can't find the information that I sent you, I'm going to say that you lost it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't be keeping track of that shit.
So
yeah,
is this all the scrolls that I've given you as a gift because
No, the
I
one
value
since
your power?
no, the one
these
since
are-
then I've got, but
these
Okay.
are different ones that he found in.
I got them from the dragon.
Yeah, from the dragon.
Oh, you motherfucker! I can't believe you lost that shit.
Well, I don't think I did. I just never got the information. That's my.
That could have been
standpoint.
like
Well,
display
Just-
planet or
just-
something.
In that case, we'll say that you have got those scrolls, but you
Wait,
have
why
not read
next
them.
turn or something? Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
And I think that's it from me.
Oh,
I'll use my reaction on waiting to see if anybody casts any fire spells and what they do.
Okay, so you can hold your action, and if you decide before it's your next turn that you want to.
It's
do
my
something,
bonus action though, right?
You can't necessarily hold bonus actions, but I mean, if it's like
Fine.
a spell, I'll let you hold the spell because you
Nobody's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
cast
yeah.
a fire.
Well, that's it. I just want to hold the spell Firebolt and see if anybody else does it, and if they do, maybe. But not right now.
All right, cool. Tight.
I don't want to scold myself with steam or anything.
I love how we're all thinking the same thing. Like we're all hesitant to actually
Yeah.
hit.
Cast
Apart from
Fireball in the
Vinny, who
wall.
just chucks it.
yeah. Well, that's
I mean,
Vinny.
yeah. I mean, fireball is verbal. But let's have a look. So it's Fenwick's turn. Fenwick is he's going to move round, but not getting into combat range. He's going to sort of move round, sort of near to one of these chains.
Okay.
And he is he's going to cast a spell. He is. Let me just double check if that is verbal.
Fireball.
He's going to cast True Seeing. It gives the ability to see things as they actually are. He has True Sight.
True sight. Ooh.
Yeah, so he can see into the ethereal plane, he can see hidden doors, he can see things hidden by magic, he can see a creature's actual form,
Oh, okay.
etc, etc. So he's going to do that. And you see, so he's moved off to the side, so you guys all have got pretty much visual range of him. He's maybe like 15 feet away from you guys now, and he's like maybe 20 feet away from this creature. Cast this True Seeing, and there are lots of bubbles coming out of his mouth. He does not look happy currently.
Okay.
And it is now Vinny's turn.
Okay. Vinny.
He looks alarmed by what he saw with his True Seeing.
So Vinny is detecting the thoughts of this creature currently,
Yep.
and is detecting how can I pry open that armor to eat you.
Yeah, and you can continue. You can use your bonus action to press further into the consciousness if you would like.
I'd like to do that,
Absolutely.
and it would be a wisdom saving throw.
I will roll that. And now wisdom on this thing, not super high.
Okay. Come on.
Good to know.
Big. Small money.
And it's a nat 1.
Get in, son.
So that is a total fail. This creature is so you definitely get all these surface thoughts of, meal. I'm hungry. I need to get inside this metal to get the juicy insides. And then you sort of go past those surface thoughts, and you see sort of images of like vast nothingness of expanses of ocean, and you get this like predatory sense, like as if you were entering the mind of like a shark on the hunt, or something like that, and then you sort of get these glimpses of it's kind of thinking about bending something to its will. That's what you get at the moment. You can dig further next turn.
Okay. I'm going to cast Binding Smite at not Binding. Yeah, just Binding Smite. Divine Smite.
Just binding stuff. Yeah.
I can't cast any spells. Just Divine Smite
Yep.
at 5th level on my weapon.
Yep.
Now that she's in range, I'm gonna smack the shit out of this bitch.
All right.
Hit him.
Hit it. Hit it, mate.
It's a 33.
It is going to use its reaction to parry and impose disadvantage on that strike.
I can't
Little girl
miss.
can parry.
28.
Hey.
Yeah. So its claws flash up and attempt to block your strike, but you manage to
Smash through that.
adjust the angle of your wrist in time, and you connect again. Roll damage.
Okay, so let me just work this out. So, first level, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bonus. 10 d8.
Damn.
Plus 16.
This is why paladins are Nova characters.
And that is 52 damage.
That is a lot of the damages.
Yeah.
That is 3 ones.
Okay.
That is 3 ones. That is 3 ones.
Wow.
That is a low roll for that kind of spell.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you hit the creature and you do get a good impact. You get a really good impact. Again, it does seem to roll with the impact though, so it doesn't quite do as much as you thought it was going to do, but it definitely felt it. And it's sort of its eyes that were glowing white sort of flicker a little bit, but then regain their glow.
So I've gone for the classic uppercut, and I'm just gonna do a little roundy and then a straight back down with my second attack.
Go for it.
It's a 28.
It does hit.
It's not nearly as much. It's only 4d8, so because I haven't got any smite on it. It's 30 damage. Oh shit, that's a way better roll.
I mean, wow. Okay. Okay, so that's all right. Okay. Oh, this creature is now appears to be leaking some kind of milky white fluid from some of these wounds. Now, you get the sense that it has taken some hits for sure. Again, that impact, it just rolls with it though, and it doesn't seem to give it the full impact.
Something that, like, the first hit was something that would upset a dragon. So
yeah.
Has it attacked yet?
Yeah, it did. It attacked me and did like 60 damage.
Okay.
Hang in there, bud.
Is that everything Vin's doing?
That is.
You have movement.
Yeah.
You could move away.
No, Vinny wants to like move it, stay close, and stay strong.
Absolutely.
Stay strong.
Stay strong, girl. Stay strong.
It's like he's at the front and he's like, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the creature, the eye. Okay, so it's not the creature's turn again. The creature's eyes flash a brighter white, and it seems to take on this feral look in its features, as if it's almost, like a scared animal packed into a corner.
It's got rabies. It's got rabies.
Yeah, it's like the flight or fight response. You can visibly see it on some animals, and this creature has decided that it wants to.
And 3 of you.
Fight.
So Vinny, Thordrum, and Zed. I am going to require wisdom saves from you, please. As you are all in combat range currently of this creature, you are within 5 feet of this creature, all 3 of you.
Nope, that's the wrong roll.
That's 4. Am I not proficient in this? I am, just 10.
It's plus 10.
Yeah, me too. 14. That's not great.
27
That's really
for
bad.
Z.
27 for Zed, okay. And T-Dog. Okay.
Oh.
Fate dies if you need them.
Zed, you shrug it
Don't
off.
have any.
You shrug off this. You feel this presence trying to grip your mind, but you manage to shrug it off. Thordraman and Vin, you guys are now compelled by the creature. You are now dominated, and it psychically tasks you with defending it.
Okay. Boys, that's bad.
So yeah, maybe it doesn't do all that much damage, but it's kind of tricksy.
Can I butt in? I really
Sure.
don't mean to be a downer.
Sure.
If it can cast spells, why can't I cast spells?
It can't cast spells.
That wasn't a spell.
Oh, it's just mind control.
Yeah, racial feature, mate.
I need to learn that.
You've got blood magic as a racial feature, which I'm allowing you to cast like blood armor and stuff.
And stuff.
Okay.
Oh, this is bad.
I mean, isn't Isaac now like a ancient elf or something?
Yeah,
Like,
he's an ancient being with incredible untold strength and power.
No, what I'm on about is like, I know elves have advantage against being charmed.
This is not a charm effect.
Oh.
But yeah, it's Eden. You're up. You see Thorgrim and Vinny sort of shudder a little bit, but then sort of steel themselves. But the creature's eyes, from flashing that bright color, they go back to their normal white light, and it just sort of grins slightly. What would you like to do? You haven't noticed anything else yet so far. You don't know yet that Vinny or Thorgrim are under the effects.
Well, I'm the guinea pig, essentially. I'm the one that Vinny's gonna. I was going
I'd
to
have glad to be on Vinny's side.
I was going to cast wild shape and turn into a giant shark.
Yeah, easily done. Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
I was gonna kind of like
You
creep around.
become a great white shark.
Yeah, I was gonna creep around the back at what things does it have?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bite it. I was gonna bite.
Your movement speed is no longer hampered because you're a shark. I think sharks get 60-foot swim speed. Or
50 feet.
50 foot. There you go. Okay, yeah. So you can easily maneuver all the way around it to get even to the back of it, and I will even give you flanking so you can attack at advantage.
Yeah. So it's bite. So it's 3d10 plus 6.
Oh, nice.
Do I need to roll to hit?
You do, yeah. So d20 plus, I believe it's plus.
Mine says plus 9 to hit.
There you go. Yeah, plus 9.
So 1d20 plus 9. Ooh.
Definitely hits.
And then it is 3d10 plus 6.
Yeah.
27.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Is it an advantage? Do you want me to roll again? I don't think I can get any higher than that. But
you could. Well, no. So the attack rolls at advantage, right? So you could get a natural 20. So roll the d20 plus 9 again.
nah,
it's fine.
nah.
Yeah. So 27 damage. Okay. Wow. Okay. This thing. Yeah, you bite in and take like a chunk out of the shoulder and back of this creature, and as you're sort of ripping it as the shark and going backwards and forwards, ripping it, until you pull this chunk of flesh away. There's like this milky essence again is now leaking out of this creature.
It's just a.
Is it concentrated on?
It's just a Kinder Bueno. It's like.
I mean, it's like a thick, milky substance, certainly thicker than the water around it.
It's just a Kinder chocolate bar.
It's like a Milky Way.
Is it having to concentrate on keeping the altitude?
It's not a spell. It's not a spell.
Trait.
Do I get attacked by any of those two after ripping a shoulder off?
Well, it's not their turn yet. It's
okay.
Zed's turn.
In other words, an attack off.
Kill it, Zed.
I'm not going to hit it, but kill it is another thing.
So those of you who have been watching this, I'll say Zed, probably you, and probably Delamar. So Zed and Delamar, can you both roll me intelligence checks? Give me an intelligence, just a straight intelligence check.
Yeah.
18, it's pretty good. 18's pretty good, Zed.
I'm pretty smart.
And 8, okay, cool. Right, so you're with Delamar, you notice that this shark seemed to have done quite a bit more damage just attacking it with its natural like weapons, its teeth, than you were doing with magical damage or anything like that. You, with this spark of recognition and your high intelligence check, you get the sense that you've heard of creatures that take less damage from mundane weapons, but perhaps this creature takes less damage from magical weapons.
Oh.
Or magic itself.
Well,
Oh,
unfortunately,
the DM's
I don't
gonna
have any
flip
other
the
way
script
to-
on you.
Yeah.
Gotta
I
keep
don't
guys
have
on your
anything
toes.
else, so
That's kind of
I
good
think
because
all of you have got like daggers and stuff in your bags.
Yeah.
no.
I have.
it's
I have
interesting.
nothing in
It's
my bag.
interesting that you say that.
Structure.
I was about to go and box it. I was out of ideas. Oh no, I've got me anal dagger.
You do
You have
have,
got- yes.
You
yeah,
have
you
the
do.
Gooch dagger
Yeah, you do have.
Yeah.
from the
Gooch-
Gucci gang.
The Gooch Slicer 3000.
I feel
That's
like
that's got to cause infections or something. There's got to be some
Yeah.
rolls involved.
I mean, you haven't washed it in a long time.
in a very long time.
But it is in some pretty salty water.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
It's making it even rustier, so there's a TB risk as well.
Okay, yeah.
It's not
Nice.
TB, it's tetanus. Tetanus, I think.
Tetanus, not TB. Yeah.
You're all at risk of TB. You're breathing water right now. Right, yeah. So, with that, it is Thordrum's go.
I thought it was me, wasn't it?
What do I need to roll?
I thought
Z
you
didn't
just went-
take his go.
Oh, Z hasn't
Do
gone.
I?
Z hasn't
Do
gone
I
yet.
have like a telepathic bond with my brother?
To an extent.
What's he thinking?
He's he's alarmed at seeing the true nature of this creature, which you
We all know that.
you are. I mean, with the slight basic
I can read his micro.
with the
Go on.
twin, you know, because you're twins, right? You don't really have telepathy, but you are really in tune.
It's a
with each
magical
other.
world.
It's a magical world. You're quite right. You're quite right.
We come from a magical time.
You sort of look at him. He looks at you, and he's sort of like tries to give you a little bit of something. And you get the impression this might be, again, with that high intelligence roll, you're gonna get this flash of inspiration that maybe this is. You've heard about these creatures before, but you've never encountered one because they don't exist on your home world. But this could be a water spirit.
Are they intrinsic? Do I know them to be intrinsically evil?
You know that they do vary in alignment, but most of them tend to be very selfish, bordering evil creatures.
Okay.
They enjoy visiting destruction,
Well,
and they're often the
considering-
cause of many tsunamis and things like that, whirlpools.
Considering that I don't really have much else, I feel like doing more magical damage and then halving it is better than just punching them.
Yeah.
Because I have no other weapons or anything, full stop.
Absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
So I will.
I mean, you guys have done quite a bit of damage to it already.
I'm gonna cast as a innate thing from being a blood hunter. Once per long rest, I can cast haste.
You
On
can.
myself.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that as my first action, and then gives me another action.
Yep.
I'm
So you
gonna
get.
use
I believe you get 3 attacks now, right? Because you get one with your bonus action, don't you?
yes, but I'm gonna use that other action to transform.
Oh, yep. Fair enough. Yep.
So everyone in 5 feet of me needs to make a save from being frightened, unless they're immune to it, in which case it doesn't matter.
Okay. Yep.
I guess I'm immune to it, and I will then use my bonus action to attack it.
Do it. Go for it, man.
So, did you want to roll it on the
Oh,
thing?
what am I rolling?
What do I need
you
to
do
roll
get
for being
bonus damage. You
frightened?
get bonus damage when you transform, though, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is? am I
It's a
rolling?
d20 plus 12. $23.
Ooh,
To hit.
hits definitely.
Cool. That means that I do that. I've only done that yet, so it'll only be this. 1 plus 12, so 13, plus my level, which is 17, so 30 damage.
30 damage.
Damn.
If you
No,
roll it on,
33, because my axe is a plus 3 axe.
Yeah, 30. So, oh god. So now I
if
have
rolled
to
it on the
math.
computer, you would have gone that one.
Okay.
I've rolled a roll on dice.
Oh,
You're too stubborn.
yeah.
You're
Again. So you slash through, and it just cuts into the flesh. But again, you see more of this. It wasn't before when you hit it, but now there's more of this milky essence leaking out from these wounds. You did hit it with a good strike, but it just seems to roll with the hits that are coming into it, and it just doesn't seem to quite impact exactly as you thought it would. But yeah, that's fine. So that's
One of those things that you punch it and it just goes back and then comes back.
Yeah,
up
like
again.
like one of those dolls or whatever with
Yeah.
the blow up
Like
things with the weights in the
The
bottom.
thing in Kung Fu Panda,
Yeah.
where he punches it and it just.
Thordrum, it's your turn.
Hello.
There is a nasty looking shark, and some kind of transformed being, taking hunks out of this creature that you really desperately need to protect.
Oh.
Fuck.
Wait, what are we protecting?
Oh, you ain't protecting shit. You're protecting your lives from me.
Well, this is protect, so you could always just cast spells on it. You don't have to cast spells on it.
You just
Yeah, right.
however you want to interpret that, this that you feel like this creature who's being attacked and is having chunks torn out of it. You need to do something to stop this. You need to protect this creature.
Oh
Right.
yeah, you got thingied.
Stop!
Um,
Don't do that.
can I? Do I?
You need to get physical.
Okay. Oh, I'm so disappointed right now.
Oh, mate.
I mean, the thing is, Thordrum doesn't know. He just thinks that I can use magic underwater, right?
You've seen people try and fail.
Fail.
I mean, it
Would I think I'm different? There's no like.
There's no reason to think that you're
That they wouldn't work.
You've always thought you're special.
Exactly.
I mean,
Your mum told you when you were young.
To be
And
honest,
then she died.
to be honest, mate,
Oh.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, you are pretty special.
I am going to. I'm going to cast Fireball.
Lol.
Fireball or bolt?
Bolt.
Bolt. Okay, let's have a look at that.
Who's closest to me?
1d10, I think.
Yeah, it's is it? Yeah, 1d10, 3d10 plus 7.
3D10.
Yep.
Yeah, because you're level.
yeah.
So I have to
sorry,
roll
but-
to hit, yeah?
No, you're over 17.
Oh no,
so
so
it's 40
yeah, I'm an idiot.
40 10,
40.
mate. 40 10.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay.
It's a to hit this, by the way.
It is. So you have to roll the 1d20, and who are you firing at?
Who's closest to me?
Closest to you currently is Zed.
Zed. So
Oh.
I'm going to go after. Do I know that Vinny is currently kind of on my side, or
Nope.
Was
No.
Wait,
Thordrum-
what you see is Zed and the shark, which is behind this creature, so it's further away from you. Zed and the shark had just been both attacking it. That's what you've seen.
right?
Was
okay.
Thordrum within 5 feet of me when I transformed?
Dalamar has not attacked this creature yet. Neither has Fenwick.
Not
So
that we're
ha-
friends or anything.
I hit it with an 11. My rolls have been awful, and it's just coming in. I ain't
What's-
hit it with 11.
You
Was
do not hit Zed.
Thordrum within 5 feet of Zed when he transformed?
Yeah, I was.
Yes.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
Because he has to roll for fright.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
so
have
you
to
have to-
fry
yeah.
it from-
So,
No,
so
he
you-
doesn't.
Oh
No, he
no,
doesn't.
because he's in Vinny's aura.
He's in Vinny's aura.
Oh, okay.
In fact, you're all in Vinny's aura apart from Fenwick and Delamar. And
Well,
apart from Fenwick and Delamar.
That aura protection says friendly creatures, so I don't know how you're gonna rule that right now, but
It's within so many feet though, isn't it?
it's in 30 feet.
Yeah.
At 80
Oh, so
levels,
you will get Fenwick and Delamar.
Yeah.
But
But
at the time, I think at the time he transformed, were you?
I was already.
You were already. Yeah, you were already. So I think just you and Thordrum have got it,
Right. Okay. I'm also.
and the creature.
I've got an action. I need to use it. I'm so sorry. Actually, he's going to cast haste on himself.
Sure. Yeah.
Pretty sure haste has verbal.
Was that technically? Oh, is it verbal?
I'll tell you.
Because Vinny has haste.
It is
and
verbal.
I don't have a single spell that I can cast.
Right. Okay.
Mine was in an
I mean,
thing
this
somewhere.
is his chance to then realise that he can't speak and cast spells. This is his time to.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
time
yeah,
to
yeah.
shine.
Yeah.
So you attempt to cast a haste spell, and the bubbles come out, but no effect.
Okay. I'm going to just kind of stand ready and trying to kind of look like I'm trying to back this fucking weird child.
Yeah, you sort of move into a defensive position, sort of close to this creature now.
Mm-hmm.
Do one of us notice this and think that
You-
something
you-
strange is going
Yeah,
on?
you all notice Thordrum. He fires a fireball off, and it sort of flies over Zed's shoulder. And then he does a few movements with his hands, and some bubbles come out of his mouth. And then he gets a little bit frustrated with himself. You can sort of see it on his face. And then he just redraws Black Razor and gets into a defensive stance. Sort of almost in front of this creature. He can't get in between Vinny or Zed and the creature, but he's like crowding around the creature. Looks like he's in a defensive position.
Clarification then.
Mhm.
His firebolt worked.
Yeah, so like cantrips and stuff, I'm allowing you because they're just fast things that you've already learned and you've done for however all the years that you've been casting magic.
That's
Well,
the
then
first thing you learn.
I'd react to that and cast one at her.
Do it
Because
because you were holding your action and it has not been your turn yet.
it has not. Boys.
I end mine anyway, so yeah, we're cool.
Cool. So it would be Delamar next after Thordrum, but you are using your reaction. You're using your held action to fire one off, and then it will be your turn after.
Yeah.
He got fire one off for sure.
Just AFK in for a second.
Yeah.
For show. It's 22.
22 hits for sure.
For show. And we got... 25 damage.
25 damage. Okay, so as the firebolt flies through the water, the brightness of the flame dims slightly before it reaches the target. You get the sense that the water is cooling the fire before it reaches the target.
Do you know how big my power is?
You talk about it very often.
More powerful than the fucking ocean. Tell you that.
It does hit, and where you would expect it to sort of like catch fire on the clothes, it doesn't. It does inflict a scorch mark in the clothing and the flesh underneath, but does not catch any fire. Obviously, you're underwater. But yeah, so that is okay. Okay. All right.
I was expecting the water to superheat and burn me.
Cool, tight. If you remember from last session, the water around you is pretty warm. It seems to be heated by these vents underneath the. You remember those thermal vents?
Bubbly bubbles.
Bubbly bubblies around the area.
I just felt like if you cast a fireball, it would completely steam up all the water and kill you.
It does, but it's a bolt. It leaves your hand really quickly. So it doesn't actually burn you so much. I mean, you do feel the water heat up a little bit, but then it sort of becomes ambient temperature pretty quickly.
Yeah.
This is a large body of water. It's not like a small tank that you're heating up with this fire.
Yeah.
So you're okay. You don't take any damage from that.
Cool.
You imagine maybe a larger fire spell would possibly heat the water up much faster and in a much more broad area than a firebolt.
Dope.
But yeah, so that's your reaction. It is now your turn, so it is actually your turn now as well.
I'm right, it is. So we're gonna cast 2 spells.
Do that shit,
So
bruh.
the first spell that I'm gonna cast is Hypnotic Pattern.
Ooh, what does that do?
That like makes a big cube of sparkly lights, and sometimes people get distracted.
Oh, I like it. It's cool.
Let me get on it, and I'll read it for you. Hypnotic Pattern. You create a twisting pattern of colors that weaves through the air inside a 30-foot cube within range. The pattern appears for a moment and then vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees this pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed saving throw, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed in this spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. It ends if you shake it awake or you do damage to it.
Cool. Tight.
So that should affect everybody that I'm not happy about right now.
It does affect everybody you're not happy about. So Vinny and Thordrum will need to roll these wisdom saving throws.
Yep.
The creature is immune to charm effects.
You guys need to be a 21.
Vinny
Vinny
beats it, so he beats it.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't imagine Vinny to fail it with a plus 10. Absolutely
whiz
ridiculous.
save.
Just 1 second, mate.
Mm-hmm.
I have a thing.
Oh, you have a thing.
I have a thing. You know a thing, right?
I love it.
This is to stop you. This is to stop you from hurting us.
Well,
yes, but I don't know that.
Show us your thing.
I'm trying. If I can find my thing, I need to find my thing.
I'd say start at the belly button and work downwards.
Do you need help?
Yeah. I have advantage on saving throws against being charmed.
There you go, because you're a Durga.
Yeah. So I knew I was, but I just wanted to double check.
I don't have to kill you.
Oh, it's a good job.
Oh, he's critical wand it.
15.
And 15 did not beat a 21 though with either of those rolls. So unfortunately, he is now charmed by this hypnotic pattern.
What about the little girl?
She's immune.
She got eyes. I'm seeing them glow.
You're incapacitated now, Thordrum.
Cool.
Oh.
You have a speed of 0 and you can't take any actions.
Well, but my sword needs feeding.
You've got 3 days.
What about the little girl?
Little girl, immune to charm.
Fuck.
I mean, we'll be attacking it next round anyway.
Yeah. I'll say, even with that high intelligence roll you rolled last time, and with this effect not seeming to do very much, you will learn that they are immune to frightened, they are immune to charmed, they are immune to poisoned, they have resistance to magical damage, they have resistance to what is that? That's the same thing. Just says piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning from magical sources.
Okay. So, I don't think that helps. I don't really have any other cantrips that can do anything useful apart from flick it in the nose.
I mean, you could punch it in the face.
Mage hand tickle.
That's pretty much what we've got.
I mean, I'll allow you to bonus action punch it on the nose.
Would that do any favors for anyone?
You're not sure, but I mean, you get in the sense that it's it's resistant to magic, so maybe a good old bonk on the nose will do it.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, if you're happy with that, I'll walk up and give her a little Glaswegian kiss. Yeah.
Oh, the Glasgow kiss.
The old Glasgow kiss. Yeah.
Fucking love you.
Right. Yeah. So give me attack roll. Add your strength modifier.
What, D20 plus strength?
Yep.
Okay.
You've only got to beat 15. 15 is the AC. That's a 10.
I don't have a lot of strength. I think of myself as very dexful.
I mean,
Deck's full.
you are full of the dex.
I'm full
Also
dex.
full of the power, apparently.
Nope,
Massive
apparently
power.
not. Can't even hit someone knows.
But yeah, so you sort of go in for the headbutt, and just sort of as you go in, the space between the two heads just seems to stay the same as she rocks backwards. So unfortunately, you do not connect with that headbutt, but it was a good idea.
It's creepy.
Yeah, I mean that could have changed things. So it is Fenwick's turn, and he sort of sees you do this, and he tentatively.
Wait. Doesn't Fenwick get affected by... Did he roll?
He's not a bad creature.
Oh, no, he's on our side. Sorry, I thought Fenwick was my control for
No,
a second.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he he sees you go in for the Glasgow kiss, and he's sort of he's like, all right, cool. He sort of
Going down for real!
yeah, so he sort of rocks up as well, and he goes in for one. He goes in for one. Let me go check what his modifier is right quick.
Not great.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, he's got a plus. He's got a +2 in that, so that's not terrible.
Phew, that's a strong wizard. He works out.
I mean, and he hits.
Oh, nice.
And
He throws down
hits.
for real.
And he's gonna do. Okay, yeah, I guess.
Is it multiplied by
He's
45?
gonna do 6 of the. He's gonna do a crit
Wow.
on the D4.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
He's gonna do 6 of the damages, and as he connects with this headbutt, the light in the creature's eyes goes out, and from all of the the chunk on the back that the shark took out, and all of the bludgeoning and tearing damage from the weapons that you've hit it with so far, it begins to stretch and peel away, and the bits of skin sort of fall off, slough off it, and begin to float away in the water.
Oh, goddamn.
Nice.
Leaving.
And inside is this sort of white, glowing energy, almost, and like an essence, and it sort of just pops and begins to drift away like the white essence, like the white milky stuff that was coming out of the wounds. And you are currently out of initiative order.
Eyes of any.
Fenwick has defeated this being.
Can we punch Thordrum on
just-
the shoulder so he is
And
not
Vinny-
tranced as well?
Yeah, so the effects of the mind control spell have ended because the creature
Vinny is going
no
to
longer here.
pretend like nothing happened and go to swing through the creature and go, oh, what?
Yeah. So you
Nice one.
So you swing through this milky essence that's now drifting away in the water, causing it to be all disrupted and move around.
Nice one.
Oh, Vinny
Can I
and
absorb any of the milky?
I'll just tell you, Alex, if you had connected and done damage, it had 150 hit points and you had done 147 damage to it so far.
Oh, man.
If that headbutt had connected, you probably would have killed it.
I tried hard.
Yeah, but
I've got a strength of 1, so...
Fenwick is going to take the
sorry.
final blow
you
on
get
that
to
one.
name this one.
Yeah, so you guys are now just sort of in this area, surrounded by these sort of floating corpses tied down by anchors.
Are Vinny
Okay.
and Thordrum aware that I am the shark?
Yeah.
Well, they did see you transform into the shark.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Okay,
was just thinking
so
because Vinny was unaware, like he did the whole punch thing and was like, oh, I don't know whether he.
I thought I was watching the entire time and I missed it, and I thought I was going to have to fight a shark.
No, the shark fight is not necessary currently.
so
I'm gonna say it's a shark just for the fun of it.
this way is the direct route, but I'm thinking that maybe we should go, like, sort of now, having experienced that fight.
Can
On
we
both
now sing
sides.
underwater? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh shit! I keep forgetting. Vinny forgets and has a full sentence.
Punishment is you have to do.
But and Vinny sets off round the area.
Yep. Yeah. You guys see Vinny expel lots of bubbles and with a lot of hand gestures in the general direction of around, rather like he points towards this forest of bodies and he's like, no, let's not do that. And he points away from it. He's like, I'm going this way, and he fucks off.
All right, I'm
just
gonna
follow.
make this like seems legit face, and then I'm just gonna look at my brother and we're gonna go.
Yep. he also gives you the same seems legit face, and he's next to you walking behind Vinny.
Wicked.
The shark is sort of swimming above you guys, sort of like in like a I don't know, like a holding pattern almost, because it could move a lot faster than you, but it's trying not to.
I assume nobody else has said anything. They've not started coming yet, so I'm gonna turn around and go.
Yeah, so Thorndrum is dead. You see Dalamar turn around. He's like,
I'm gonna collect my
Yeah, I was
thoughts for a
gonna do that.
second. After being under that, and then just kind of follow, put my sword away, and just kind of shake my head.
Yeah. So as this sort of mind control thing leaves you, and you sort of feel a little bit dirty and a little bit used.
Yeah, you might do. Did I learn anything from like? Oh no, it's not like a psychic spell, is it? It's just a confusion spell.
But you sort of feel a little bit dirty, a little bit used, and you're just like, oh man, I hate that. And then you begin to trudge away towards your companions, and you just sort of feel the sword weighing heavy at your side.
Yeah, it's a bit demoralising.
And there's just this little whisper in the back of your mind, just says, "Feed me."
Lovely.
But that's it, just a single whisper, and you just feel that sword weighing heavy at your side as you join the rest of your companions. Zed, you join them as well.
Find a fish and stab it.
I think it might be a Wendigo.
Sure, you find a fish and stab it. And you feel like some of your frustration is taken out on the fish.
I want about Thorndrum finds a fish and stabs it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because that feeds the sword.
Oh yeah. I suppose I could do that on the way. Maybe hold it out at the side and just see what I can pick up while I swim.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are now moving around this area. It's not massive, so you guys can make your way around it without too much trouble. Adds a little bit of time to your journey, but there is, like I said, this sort of ever-present non-directional light that seems to be in the area, along with this ambient warmth that you're getting. So it doesn't. You're not really sure what time it is. Well, Vinny would be. But other than that, yeah, you guys traverse around it, and you guys can see in the distance a set of jellyfish and mermaids languishing on a coral reef. Behind which is what appears to be some kind of city under a bubble of air.
Oh.
Or what you assume to be air, at least.
It's the Gungans. We're here.
Is that
Well.
a dragon?
A dragon.
It is. It appears to be some kind of large sea serpent of some kind.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, what do you guys want to do?
Vinny's just gonna stop pointing and thumbsing up.
I'm gonna
Must be
keep
sensible,
walking.
yeah.
I want to go and find this dragon. Maybe he can help me find the
Yeah,
scroll.
I'll just do it so I can speak.
You guys want to
Scrolls
go?
lost.
You guys want to check out the sea dragon?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out the sea dragon.
That is
I-
is currently big enough to be wrapped around the entirety of the city.
On the
I
way
was
over
gonna
there,
head straight to the city.
yeah. On the way over there, I'm gonna think about whether or not mermaids are mammals. Do they lay eggs, or what's going on there?
These are really important questions.
Why they got mammary glands? What's going on there?
Are these
it's a
mermaids
magical world, Alex. It's a magical
seals?
world.
It is
What
a
do you
magical
think? Hang on.
world in a very magical time.
They are mammals. They're like dolphins, right?
Yeah, they gotta be, right? So they ain't no
Yeah,
laying
they
no
gotta
eggs, right?
They ain't low. No way. They ain't
They're
laying
like,
eggs.
pull the scales back?
No, it like pops out. It's like a,
Oh, it pops out!
like a snake. Like
Easy.
a no hole without sort of appears.
Oh
I
god.
mean, it's a good
I
job
am
we're
just-
recording this shit.
I'm just so glad that Isaac is not
like-
any kind of biology teacher.
I just imagine
What?
like
I'm not,
this
but I
mermaid,
am
and then her
studying
stomach opens up and a
biology
fleshlight pops out.
at university.
Just so glad for the future of our youth that Isaac is not a biology teacher.
No, I will be a
Like-
chemistry teacher. So
this fleshlight on like an umbilical cord just shoots out of this mermaid. That's what I'm imagining.
Honestly. Right, so you guys.
Do these mermaids seem bothered with us? Have they seen us yet? Or
You
Have
can,
any of them popped out?
you can see a couple of them are languishing. A few of them are playing with some items, dancing with the jellyfish. There are a couple of them though that have these long tridents.
yeah. Let's see them.
I have an unidentified trident. That might be useful here.
Are there any crabs anywhere?
I mean, you've had that unidentified trident for a long ass time.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
could have done with that
Got
earlier.
Got it on the 6th layer of hell, so maybe I shouldn't be using it here.
Ah, well.
Yeah. Hang on.
I'll get Dalamar to do the old identify.
Yeah.
I can identify at any time.
Is,
just saying.
I just need to know: are any of the mermaids or other creatures singing?
This is not Harry Potter.
No, none of the creatures are
I
singing.
was thinking Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Are any of them fish
Under
top
the sea.
and women
Is
bottom?
there a very bright red crab anywhere?
It's a bright red. Hang on, was he a crab or a lobster? Because
He
I
was
always
a
thought he was a lobster.
sure.
Was he a lobster?
I thought he
was a
was.
lobster.
He was
No
a
idea.
lobster, right?
Lobsters walk sideways, though,
Definitely
don't
a
they?
fish top now.
I'm going to
Human bottom.
gesture for Fenwick to go first because he has the dagger. And I think
Dagger of
that might be
truth.
important here.
Here we are. Right. Yep.
Why does this town have anything to do with Jonesy Davids?
I'm prepping the trident in case he identifies it.
Oh, goddamn. No, I'm not that. I'm not. No. Wait, I mean, I'm pretty sure identify requires verbal components.
Yeah,
It
right?
does. We'll have to get in the city first.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you sort of pass these mermaids, and most of them don't seem to take any notice of you, apart from some sidelong glances whilst they carry on about their business. They don't seem to be doing
Kinda like-
very much.
How a cow eyes you up in a field.
Yeah, a little bit. Like you not normally here, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I'm watching you, bitch.
Yeah, kind of. Certainly the ones with these long tridents, they do sort of, they swim over to you, and they don't move their mouths and they don't say anything, but they psychically communicate to you, and they just say, "What is your business in Atatlantea?"
Dalamar turns to him.
Vinny
There's like a mild chuckling through the psychic connection.
will think deeply about his search for the sword. I know the shield. I can't remember which one I'm looking for, to be honest.
Okay.
Just throw them both out there, see what sticks.
Yeah, just start chucking ideas.
Absolutely. And Fenwick is thinking very much about this knife that he has, and this the city that belongs to Jonesy David. The mermaid thinks for a moment, and then replies psychically to you. You may pass, but be cautious of the welcome you receive in the city. They are not of our world, and we watch them.
What?
The old,
So they're not. There's no mermaids in there.
Yeah, so you get the sense that this mermaid's basically trying to tell you that they're watching this city because they're not sure about what the shit is going on here. They're not. This is not their city. They're not part of this. They're watching this
obviously-
city. They've been sent as like sentries.
I'm just gonna keep walking towards the city.
Yeah, you guys continue along the seafloor and to a set of long stairs that travel upwards. And
Does it look? If I look around, does it look like pirates live here?
there's a little bit of a piratey nature to it.
Are there any wooden legs?
There are no wooden,
No, they
wooden
legs.
fins.
Yeah, but the
Look,
mermaid
they
had a
would
wooden
float.
fin.
The wooden fin.
He had a wooden flipper. She did.
Yeah, and you come to
Oh.
That coral. Coral?
Coral.
yeah,
Coral.
you guys come to the city where there are these just large sea creatures floating around. Obviously, there is this giant serpent that is around the outside of the city. It doesn't seem to take any notice of you as you approach at all.
I don't want to chat.
Most of the construction appears to have been built from parts of ships and the surrounding coral and things salvaged, it would appear.
So this is technology rather than magic, yeah?
Well, it's not technology. Most of it's like wood or metal or like bits of barrel and furnishings and things like that.
Vinny, he eyes up the serpent. If the serpent doesn't give a shit, neither does Vinny, and Vinny's gonna keep going.
He's taking the lead on this one anyway because it's his goal. So.
Yeah, you guys enter into the city, and as you pass through the sort of outer barrier of the city, you cough up all this water that you've been breathing, as there is now air around you.
Lovely.
And you turn around, and there is this sort of shimmering barrier. It's definitely magical in nature, but you're unsure of how it got here.
Fenwick, can I suggest that we don't swim back because that is most unpleasant?
Yes, indeed. I am inclined to agree with you.
All depends on if you want to visit that ship again.
I was not very happy with being unable to cast most of my spells.
I mean, me neither. I
love your new voice from it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Could be a little bit more flamboyant though.
Yeah, a little bit more gay, right?
Fenwick's voice, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, do that from now on.
Right, yeah. So you guys now, but you
I
enter
mean,
the city,
this is the end of my information. I am lost from here. So,
yeah, you guys enter the city, and it is, for all intents and purposes, just like any other city. There are people going about their business. There's a market. Seems to be a town square.
Is there any
a cathedral
insight
for
to be
prayer.
had? Are they all wearing tricorns?
What do people look like? Are they elves, dwarves?
Are there many parrots about?
They are of many different races, even some that you potentially have not encountered before. But yeah, and some of them appear to be part mermaid, perhaps, but not in the traditional sense.
It's the top half that's the fish.
Yeah, little bit, but like just parts of them, and like they've got this like fish scaled skin and things like that, but they have legs. Most of them though with like webbed toes and fingers.
Can I use the spell Detect Evil and Good to see what the fuck's going on around here?
Sure.
What the fuck's happening?
Detect evil and good. I mean, you do detect some varying levels of good and evil and neutrality from most of the people around you.
Okay.
This place doesn't seem to be one way or the other. It's just populated.
Okay, so like any other normal top city, like a normal mainland city.
And that is probably the strangest thing. That
I
there
was
is this
expecting-
whole city of people of all these different races that just live under the water.
Okay,
How can they have a self-sustaining economy? This is ridiculous.
How do they
Not
sustain
realistic
themselves
at
without
all.
trade outside of this city? Not possible.
I mean, that's possibly a question to ask some of the denizens of the city, perhaps.
What do you normally do when you go to a new city? You usually find
You go to a bar
in
every
and-
time.
Get some. Get
Is
some
there
rooms.
anywhere that I can notice where I can buy a drink? 'Cause I'm thirsty, even though I've been in water all day.
Absolutely. Yeah, you sort of look around and across the market, you can see two buildings that are sort of across from each other on two opposite corners, which look to be like two two competing businesses, taverns indeed. One of them is the Fisherman's Hook, and the other is the Mermaid's Tail.
Oh,
I mean, based on your experience, Thordrum, I think the Fisherman's Hook.
yeah, that would. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Absolutely.
Lead the way, and we'll
Yeah.
ask some questions.
Am I detecting
do it.
hints of racism from people around me?
Not so much. This is probably the least racist place you've ever been.
Or
It's
like
paradise.
mermaidism? I was just wondering if one of the pubs was for like mermaids only.
No, you sort of because they're across the street from each other. As you get up,
Because
closer,
didn't you call one of them the
Give-
Mermaid's Tail? It
give
was
me
just
yeah,
thought.
give me a perception check.
Luke and Isaac.
Mhm.
Just currently
No.
1-0.
I have looked. All right, you don't have to.
I probably have a plus to that.
Well,
I just
yeah,
I
I
don't
do.
know what,
I
I don't know
you
what to
scored
find
in the
it.
30th
It's good
minute.
enough,
I
it's
know.
good
I saw that.
Google's
Just,
giving me a live score
Oh,
thing.
it's
because I
plus
Googled
6. It's plus 6. It'd be a 25.
Yeah,
Mr.
I mean
JK.
it's big. It's big. It's a big perception. You got big looks, man. You
What
got
have I
big looks.
perceived?
You sort of see into the windows and through the door and stuff, and the patrons of both of these establishments appear to be much mingled. There do seem to maybe be a few more of these aquatic-looking folk in
You mean-
in the Mermaid's Tail than there are in the Fisherman's Hook, but again, mostly mingled. It seems to be on preference, perhaps, or perhaps there's different types of drinks sold in each.
This is terrible. Have I seen any other elves muddy their bloodlines with mermaids?
Yeah, you looking around with that high perception check, you can see that it would be.
Other elves doing the nasty.
No, you can't see them doing the nasty, but you can see certain elvish traits in some of these mer people, and you can see that it is quite obviously a melting pot of culture and race, and there's obviously a lot of intermingling.
Wow.
But we're in America.
Okay.
I thought this was America.
Bam.
This is America.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like
That's
America,
okay.
but with no slavery or racism ever.
Cool.
So it's nothing like America.
Yeah,
It's a dream world.
Absolutely nothing like America.
yeah. And I mean, even with, I'll tell you what, even with the fucking 25 perception check, you looking around, you imagine there's probably some kind of nationalized health service here. It might even be vaguely socialist.
Not
Holy
a
shit,
star or
wow.
a stripe or anything in sight at all. None of that.
All these denizens seem to be perfectly happy. There might even be some kind of nationalized income for the poor.
Except for the one,
Guys,
Some
the one
kind of
fish from a
kind of
toupee.
some kind of citizen's allowance for all of the denizens of this this fine city.
Wait, I look around and do I see any homeless people?
You do not see any homeless people. There's
I
no
Guys,
bet
I'm
there's a
moving.
Trump Tower though.
This is it.
The
We
streets
are in North Korea right now, boys.
the streets are clean impeccably.
It's absolutely fine because it's just because they have taxes that are proportionate to how much you earn.
Yeah, see, in a lot of the cities that you've been to on the surface, you know, there's like, you know, dirt gutters and drain and sewage and things running in the streets sometimes, and you know, people throwing stuff on the floor and homelessness and all that sort of stuff. None of that is present here. The streets are clean. There's no homelessness. There's no begging. There doesn't appear to be any thievery.
That girl we just fought was probably one of the homeless people.
Well, you don't know.
Okay, let's.
But you guys
Let's
enter
have a look in this
the
tavern.
Fisherman's Hook. Again, like I said, a very mingled atmosphere of folk.
So we don't look out of place, or we do because we're not all mingly.
We are all
No,
mingly.
you don't look out of place, but mostly because everybody looks different to each other. Like it's just a very diverse population.
God damn, this is like what I was planning for Semric.
Until it got
You're-
blown up.
An unadulterated equality, but then it isn't alive anymore. Goddamn.
Like a perfectly run communist society.
Like a perfectly look. That's exactly what I was aiming for. Thank you, Telmar. Okay. Thordrum, ask some questions. You're the fisherman. We want to know who's
yeah.
in charge. We want to know
We know
if
it
they've
Do you
all.
heard
want to
about a
drink
magical
Bailey's
shield.
from my shoe? Sorry.
If they mention anything about magical shield, we this could
Maybe we're
know.
finding out if there are any magical item shops.
Yes.
True. If it's in a magical item shop, that is going to be a very easy quest.
It also means that people in magical item shops will most likely know where magical items are.
This is true.
Very
How
true.
big's the city?
Thordrum, go. I don't know why you're in charge of asking the questions, but you are now.
Apparently, I'm in charge. Right. Okay.
How big's this city?
Could
How
ask the
big's the
question.
city?
People-wise, could
Look,
we burn it down
we know
pretty
you
easily?
like
Or
your power, but you can't compare your power to a city.
Yeah.
I mean,
just if things went sideways in the shop and Vinny starts getting a bit antsy, right?
yeah.
Could we burn it all down and run?
I mean, you could possibly.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna go up to the barkeeper, keeper
Yeah,
of the bar.
give me 1 second.
Yeah. No.
Oh, keep it. I'll keep it. I'm master of stairs. I'm the stairs master.
I'm the stair master. I'm mastered upstairs.
Oh, no, donkey.
Where has this thing gone?
I've just got donkey quotes in my head.
Harry, we'd have to do 50 hours in 3 days to
That's
answer your
possible.
question from earlier.
50 hours in 3 days. What are you talking about?
That is,
Harry knows what I'm talking about.
yeah, that is entirely possible. We can do that.
That is of the 26th of January 2020. So when we come to do this, Black Widow might be out. So it might be 22 hours in.
Oh god.
Oh, to watch all the Marvel films.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I have
In
a
a
3-day
long-
weekend, like every
in a
5
long
weeks.
weekend.
I don't know if that's physically possible.
I mean, we did it in
We did it in 4
2017,
days.
2018 in 4 days. So
There's more
been
films now.
There's 4 more movies in
Lifetime.
less days.
But we did only we watched 7 films
I went
in
to
one
work
day.
I went to work on Saturday and Sunday. So
That's what I'm saying. We did 7 movies in a day.
the Friday was the day that we did like
Yeah, 7
everything.
films.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's what, for 7, 14, 21 films if we did 7.
Yeah.
So we'll have to
You know
fit in a
what?
couple
Fuck
more.
it. Yeah. Do you know what? When this coronavirus is blown over, and it's all nice again, I'm in. We're doing it. 3 days, 50 hours. Who cares?
Who
Maybe
cares?
52 hours.
Would be a year.
Who even
Could-
cares?
Don't
Well-
worry about it.
Alright.
I'm so used to this new lifestyle, I never want to leave the house again.
So you guys.
Introverts.
I've got used to this. I can't leave the house again.
Yeah, you guys pop into the tavern.
Okay. Oh, we got a tap.
More
Right,
hard.
time for
Hey.
some drawing, guys. Everybody,
Hey,
get out
let's
your
go.
pens.
I expected to see more mermaids.
Well,
But there-
I
is
don't
it
have
nice
that.
Flapping
Time to
about
draw.
on the floor.
You know what?
Tavern.
Oh,
No matter what happens, this is a diverse pub. We've got this
A
lass.
ginger.
I mean, you know, we got like
oh, that's
is
Dracula
that,
the
is that a, we got elves. We got lots of elves. In fact, are they all elves? Is this an elf racist bar?
The
So I take off
barmaids
my
aren't
helmet.
elves.
They're not all elves.
No, okay, we got some
Barmaids are
humans.
humans.
This is definitely a gnome.
Slaves of the elves.
What? No, hang on.
Anyway,
That's not-
you pop into this tavern, and Thordrum, you go up to the barkeep, who seems to be a sort of a diminutive man, wearing a flat leather skull cap, hat type thing. And
Lovely.
he appears to be cleaning out a tankard with a cloth.
Of course, yeah.
And he says to you, "Well, good day to you, sir. Haven't seen your face in here before. What can I get you for today?"
Good day. Yeah, we're new to this place. It's a very nice place you've got, by the way.
Oh, Thank you kindly, sir.
I'm going to start with a pint of your beer, please.
Well, it sounds like a beautiful idea. Would you like a nut brown ale? We have
San Miguel.
some homemade ale that
Right.
we make here on the premises. And
Give me your strongest beer.
well, that would be the our own made. It's,
I'll have. I'll have a pint
I
of
will
that.
warn you, sir. I will warn you. It is quite strong.
Oh, I'm used to it strong. Don't worry.
Well, here you go then, and that will be 4 copper pieces.
So I'm going to pay him. I'm also going to ask. We're obviously new here. Is there anything you can tell us about kind of who runs the city, or any places to visit or anything like that?
Oh, you are new. Well, that would be Jonesy David himself. He resides up in the Spire. Don't see him very much.
Item shops.
His council, they sort of deal with all of the major goings on and policy and things like that, and we all just try and get by. We're all everyone's making their own living, right?
Right. Exactly. No. Fair play. No. Exactly. Do you practice in magic at all around here?
There are those who do magic, mostly for coin. Usually getting rid of, barnacles or, sometimes the jellyfish get inside and they can make a right mess. But yeah,
Right.
usually small feats for coin and things like that. I mean, there are those on the council. They can all perform their own magics, and they created this. I assume they created this bubble. He was here well before I became here. This is my family's been here pretty much ever since the start. I'm a 25th generation.
Wow, that's impressive. That's very impressive. Are there any shops or anything where you may be able to buy magical items, or anybody that might know?
Sure. There also there's enchanters about. Yeah, for sure. Probably want to go across town into the Golden District. You'll know when you're there because all the coral around the buildings is golden.
Okay, sounds amazing. Very good. Yeah, and I will see if anybody else wants to drink.
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your friends want drinks? Anybody?
Yeah, I'll have one. I'll have a weak one though. I'm not having that strong shit.
What would your pleasure be then, Master Elf?
I don't want the nut brown one, and I don't want the strong one.
Well, no. If you're not in the market for an ale, we do have other things on tap. We do have some stronger spirits, some moonshine that's made here. But if you're looking for something a little bit more refined,
like some elven wine,
we do have some. Well, I wouldn't call it elven wine. It is made by one of the elven families, though.
Could I give you a couple of gold and take a couple of glasses off you so that me and Bellamar can drink our own spirits in your establishment?
Well, that is very
that
generous
sounds like a
of
better
you.
plan.
I certainly wouldn't charge you for the use of the glasses.
Well, I always feel awkward pulling out my own bottle of elven wine, but I don't really, I find a particular taste and I can't find it anywhere else. So I bought a case when I was in
Magaluf.
Yeah. Magaluf. No, I bought a case a very long time ago when I was in.
Hey, no need to explain yourself, sir. That's perfectly all right. He does take the coins off you. He says you're very generous, and I appreciate that. He produces 2 fine goblets, which appear to be made from cut crystal, and the rims and bases of which are lined with what could be silver or maybe platinum.
I'm gonna give the glass the stink eye and then take it.
I mean, it is a pretty fine goblet.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's very clean.
Finer than my refined elven heritage.
I mean, it's not that bad.
I've drank out of leaves better than this motherfucker.
I will pour.
He shrugs
Dalamar.
off your uppity nature. He's fine with it.
I will pour Dalamar one of my wines from Elvendar,
Absolutely.
and pour
Yeah,
one for myself, and to a forming friendship.
I'm assuming Eden has transformed out of shark form and is not flopping around currently in the bar.
Bloop, bloop, drowning in oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eden is going to very nicely ask for a strong pint of water.
Right. Right. I do. I do have some filtered water here.
It is salty.
Is it bottled?
No, there is a filtration system. The water is a little dearer than the alcohol, though. It's going to run you 2 silver for a glass of water.
Yes,
Really?
I'm the money bitch, so I will do that.
Don't
I
you
don't
make
drink
beer
Buxton
out of
water.
water?
Well, it's above my pay grade. That would be down to the beer brewing and winemaking families.
Eden doesn't drink the dirty water.
I'm not sure what goes into it. I just sell it.
Okay.
Leave that to smarter minds.
Absolutely. You really know you. Yeah, absolutely, sir. And for yourself, fine, sir. Would you like anything? He's talking to Zed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Harry personally doesn't know what to get, so I'm just gonna get the standard, like whatever the usual is.
Sure.
Usual.
Our most popular is the nut brown ale.
As long as it's not gonna get me absolutely hammered.
Yeah, pause your pause your glass of it. It's actually really nice. It's really sort of rich and a little nutty, but very flavourful. Not a cheap shit beer by any chance. That will be 3 copper pieces there.
Yeah, that's
That's
fine.
good beer.
Yeah, and Thordrum, your ale is definitely a homebrew and is definitely strong.
Tastes like petrol.
If you were to perhaps have another one of these, you might be rolling Constitution saving throws.
Oh wow!
For drunkenness.
Okay.
For drunkenness. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Probably
Thordrum,
just one of them. Yeah.
what did
It's
you
not a session beer.
what did you learn about the people in charge and maybe some magic stores possibly?
Yeah, the city at the moment is run by Jonesy David, who I believe you are here to see, Fenwick.
This is fantastic.
He resides in the Spire, which is in which direction, Dan? Sorry?
In the centre of the city.
In the centre.
It's in the centre.
In the centre of town.
In the centre of town.
In the centre of town.
Also, if we head to the Golden District, we may be able to pick up some magical items, so definitely need to go over there.
Much appreciated, because I'm a little bit on the naked side.
Yeah, you and me both. So yeah, I say we head there, possibly before we go and see Jonesy.
Yeah, you guys have all made your way to one of the empty tables in the establishment. There are a couple. There's a fair few people in, but most of them seem to be, either propping up the bar as the locals do, or sitting enjoying some food.
I would like to head to the Magic District. Did you say the Golden District?
The Golden District, yeah. He said we'd know it
uh,
when we saw it. It'd just be golden, basically.
I have some questions to ask Finest, and then maybe we can head to Jonesy David.
Yeah. At this point,
Are you okay there, Alex? It looks like you're kind of wow.
Yep, I'm good.
Sorry, I'm just seeing your neck.
Yeah! You can't see my hands either, can you?
No, so it's just one hand over here.
See it now.
And then
See
just-
it.
Dan, at this
Got a
point,
nervous twitch.
the beer has hit Thordrum a little bit, and he's feeling like he needs to go and speak to the bartender again, just because he felt like he had a little connection with him. So he's going to go over and really drunkenly is going to say, "Do you know any tales of kind of folk tales or anything like that regarding shields?" And just kind of like collapses on there.
Thordrum,
Right there, fella. I did warn you. It's quite strong. Would you like one of our lighter offerings?
Not at this point. No, I want you to tell me a story. Tell me a story.
Right.
And I'm just.
Shields. I can't say I know too much about shields. I've never been much for fighting myself, but I mean, there is a pretty grand one that's on display in the spire. Um, hangs in the throne room behind the throne that Jonesy himself sits on. But
All right.
usually it's just I assumed it's there for decoration. But they do tell stories about it being there since the beginning, since the founding of this place.
Well,
He's currently staggering, trying to stay on this stool, and then
yeah.
he's just going to go. I need a piss, and then goes to the toilet.
in his dwarven broguish accent.
Yeah,
I need a
Yeah,
pesh.
I need a piss, mate.
I need a pesh.
I keep forgetting to be Scottish. I'm sorry.
It's alright. You do you, Bob.
Does,
See,
after his pesh, does Thorgrim relay this information to Vinny?
I will relay this with my arm around you, telling it really, really wrong.
yeah,
But
the
the key
toilets,
details are there.
the toilets
but-
again also very well maintained.
Wow.
Yeah. No, not your usual fodder for a town.
Not anymore.
Not one
after-
person
Amazon
shooting up.
stalls.
Not
No,
anymore.
not what? No, they've got those blue lights in there.
I bet there's still a guy in there trying to spray you with spray and stuff. I bet he's still there.
Well,
There is a
yeah.
lucky man. Yeah. there is a
Yeah,
lucky
definitely.
Let's go in there with a mop after drunken Thordrum has gone in and just pissed up the wall.
I would not have thought. I would literally have pissed anywhere in the toilet. But yeah, I come back to the table and I put my arm around Vinny and I just tell this story. The key aspects are there, but like it involves a dragon and like there's a fucking
totally vamped
like,
up massively.
war. Yeah, basically.
I love it.
Okay, so possibly the shield is owned by Jonesy David himself. Maybe we could do a trade for the dagger, or maybe. But also, it could be just that there's another fancy shield in Atatlantea. Possibly, who knows? That seems possible.
It would be quite coincidental if there was another renowned shield in a city where there was a shield that was already renowned outside of Atatlantea.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so maybe I'm being a little bit naive by thinking that there could be two shields, but I don't know.
We'll have to see. We'll have to have a meeting with this Jonesy David and see what.
Yeah, Fenwick just pipes up and he says, "Well, you know what they say. 2 shields are better than 1."
Are they?
2 shields in the bush.
Totally a Jacob line.
1 shield in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Shield on the wrist, does it in the hand.
Yeah, Fenwick and Delamar are just making funny, snide comments.
Okay, so do we want to go to the Golden
In the
District
corner, giggling
first,
like a couple of schoolgirls.
Yeah.
or do we want to go talk to the Jonesy David first?
Well, how long have we been travelling? It'd be worth having a rest before doing anything serious.
You have been travelling
Yeah.
for quite some time. Indeed. And Vinny, you would know that there is this ever-present light here, so it's difficult for you to sort of tell the passage of time. But you know roughly that it's definitely coming in for what would be an evening.
Okay, so maybe we.
You don't have the sun or the stars to gauge what you would normally gauge with, but you still have some kind of innate sense of time passage, but not as accurate as it would be on the surface, perhaps.
Thordrum, seeing as you've had the interaction with the barkeep and have gained this rapport, would it be worth you finding out if they do rooms?
I suppose I can, and then I just kind of stumble off.
In the wrong direction.
I'm currently standing next to the garlic.
Absolutely. Yeah, he just the barman says, "Aye, we have some rooms available. How many would you like?"
How many is he? How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we all having one room each, or are we
Brother and I'll
bunking?
share.
There are
Okay.
6 of you total.
Yeah.
And he
I'll
says,
share with Z.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Brother
So
and
5
I will
rooms,
share a
4
room.
rooms.
Yeah, I'll share with Eden then. Make it an even 3.
all right, yeah.
Even 3.
Love it, love it.
That's Doldrum speaking.
Yeah.
He said, right, absolutely. The rooms are 6 silver a night per room, so that will be a total of 18 silver.
Okay, I just flick him a gold because I don't know what money is, and then I just kind of.
That's not enough.
Well,
There's-
that's not enough.
What is it?
18 silver, so it's 10 silver and a gold. It's 18
So
silver.
Oh, sorry. Right. Okay.
2 gold with 2 silver.
I'll just give him. I'll give him 3 gold, just to be nice.
He's just putting gold
Right,
coins in his hand, looking up at his expression.
He tries to give you change, and you just sort of wave him off, and he says,
Yeah, I'm
"Oh,
not
right,
interested in that.
Very generous of you as well, sir."
I mean,
Keep the
Absolutely.
change.
if it was Vinny doing it, there'd be a platinum in his pocket.
Would
Probably.
any of you care for some food, or your companions and that?
I just look at him and just
It's
go.
been a while since you guys last ate. It's been nearly a
Yeah,
full
we need
day.
to eat, really. Yeah.
You
I
guys-
just
the-
kind of
the
point
last
and
thing-
say.
as he mentions
last
it, your
thing-
stomach growls loudly.
Yeah.
I think the last thing we ate was my good berry.
Yep.
Yeah. Which was a whole
Dude.
day of sustenance.
Does Vinny overhear the comment about food?
No, you guys are all at the table.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just Thordrum at the bar at the minute.
I just kind of look over and just say, "Food."
Yeah, loudly over the chatter of the room, Thordrum just goes,
Yeah.
"Food."
I'll toss him a platinum piece.
Give me a dexterity check at disadvantage to catch the platinum piece.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh. Another.
What is my dex save? I think it's terrible. 2. Oh my god. I tell you, I've
What's
got
the name of this tavern?
This is the Fisherman's Hook.
The Fisherman.
At disadvantage to roll again. Okay, so 12.
God,
Oh.
that's my only nat 20 that I'm getting tonight.
So the coin sort of flies through the air, and you go to grab it, and you're about a foot away from it as you go to grab it. And it is caught by the guy standing next to you, and he sort of catches it with a little flick of the wrist. And you just sort of look over as the coin flies by, and he's caught it in a webbed hand. He appears to be one of these aquatic-looking fellas, kind of resembling the Drell from Mass Effect.
Ah, okay. That was a good catch there, sir.
Why, thank you. I appreciate. I have been known to be a little more dexterous than some in the past. Here is your coin. May I
Thank
ask
you.
your name?
I know that's a lot.
I haven't seen you around here before.
My name's Fordrum.
Thordrum. An unusual name, for sure. You are of Dwarvish stock, though.
I am, yes.
I know many of your people, and
I'm just vertically challenged.
they are very good-natured
Wow.
and very honest and strong.
I'm from a
Can I
place
buy you a
called
drink,
Stone.
Oh.
I'm pretty pissed at the moment. I'm gonna accept it, aren't I? Aye, yeah, go for it. Let's have another, and then I'm gonna fucking drink.
Indeed,
For homebrews?
He pays for it. He buys them both. They are the strong homebrews.
Oh, for fuck's sake! No.
And he accompanies you back to the table after you order rounds of food for everybody.
Yeah. Okay,
You forget your change again at the bar.
of course.
For platinum, that's a lot of change.
I bring
Floppy crumb.
back this guy, and I'm gonna. So, what's your name, sir?
Begins with,
My name is Vilithandrel.
Okay, Villisandro. Right.
Vilithandrel.
Oh, Villisandro.
Phyllis and
Billith and Drow. There's two people there. There's Villif and there's Duetto.
Yeah, I can only see one person at the moment. There are actually two.
Make a note of the name.
I'm gonna bring him back to the table and introduce him to the peeps.
Greetings, good people. It is nice to see some new faces around here for sometimes.
I shoot him a disapproving look.
Oh, straight off the bat.
He sort of chuckles. Oh, stop it.
That's even worse.
Shit. Poor guy.
He seems like a very friendly, affable chap. He just sort of says, and so what brings you to the Fisherman's Hook this time?
Food.
Yeah, and as you sort of say, food. Some kitchen staff come out carrying some large platters of very fine food. It appears that your coin has been well spent. But definitely there's some unfamiliar, if nice smelling and looking, possibly sea vegetables, and there's some well cooked fish, nicely seasoned. There is even some poultry. So there's what looks like maybe it could be chicken or turkey or maybe some kind of game pheasant maybe.
Oh,
How are they
sea
getting
chickens?
that down here?
How are they getting that down here?
Sea chickens?
Some sea chickens.
Okay, sea vegetables.
You know, like sea cucumber and sea tomatoes.
And sea cows.
And sea cabbage.
And seahawk. Oh wait.
Oh. No, there's
From
no.
Sea Tesco's.
There's no Tesco in the Atatlantea. Unfortunately, the seahorse has been banned from all the ready meals.
Yeah, man. I'll eat a little bit of food.
Yeah, you guys eat. It is delicious, well prepared, well seasoned.
I'm happy. I'm
there's
happy
plenty
to
of
just
it.
stay silent. I want to know what this guy's intentions are.
Yeah, so he's asked you the question. So what is it brings you here to the Fisherman's Hook this day?
Seeing as we're new,
Torgin's gonna blurt some out, right? Surely.
seeing as we're new here, the best
Well,
place
he's
to
now
find
into
information.
his second
I am
mug.
surely out of it by now. I'm just hoping I'm not out of it. I can't answer fucking questions
Well,
anymore.
give me a con save. Give me that con save. See how drunk you are.
Okay. Let's fucking see my constitution.
I'll just say reply to the question.
Constitution.
As it's a new city, it's kind of customary to go to an inn to find out the lay of the land almost.
And the bad rolls continue.
Of course, indeed. I'm very glad that you have chosen to come here. Otherwise, I would not have met you fine people. What brings you to the city? Indeed,
Okay,
we don't have many outsiders visiting us.
I'll look
I
over
see
to
why.
Vinny.
Pretty.
I'm still looking at him.
I
Direct in the
assume
eye.
you are from the surface.
We are just looking for a bit of an adventure.
An adventure, you say? Well,
Mm.
I may have a job that needs doing that may fit
Oh.
that bill.
Well, we can.
Look over his head. Do you have an exclamation mark?
Yep, yeah. This is definitely a quest giver.
Our services don't come cheap, sir.
Yeah, unfortunately, the services of the Loud Boys, also known as the Gucci Gang, do not come cheap.
As he says the word Gucci, I want to wink at him.
Wow. Yeah, he sort of chuckles a little and he says, I was kind of this thought myself. I think that I'm hoping anyway that I may be able to afford to pay for at least your services in part, and perhaps you may find some things that you require in the finding of the item that I request.
What do you need?
That it may compensate you for the.
If he says shield now,
And what is it some humble adventurers could offer you?
Well, perhaps we should talk somewhere less busy.
Yeah, well, let's
Secrets to hide, huh?
Just-
talk in
we've
one
just-
of the rooms that we have just rented from.
Lead on.
Indeed. Thordrum's got the keys to these rooms. he's looking pretty tipsy. He's not super drunk by any stretch. He's not like passing out or anything. You've had basically you've had 5 pints.
Oh, well, I mean, that depends on the
You're
person.
feeling like you've had a few drinks, mate.
Yeah,
Right,
like
okay.
5 pints for me, I'm gone. Don't even talk to me.
But that is because there is not a lot of body mass there for the alcohol to
No,
flow.
I mean, I don't look up a big person, do
What are
I?
you saying? He's jacked.
I'm huge. You know, I'm sat down right now.
Proper hench.
He's huge, man.
Oh, I'm a big guy.
I'm gonna chuck the keys at Fenwick.
Yep, he catches them. And Fenwick will head off up the stairs, looking at the printed numbers on the keys, and up the stairs and across the hallway. You do find the set of rooms. They're all one after the other on the left side of the hallway. They are. You open the first one, and they all seem to be big enough for you to pile all into if you needed to.
Just a quick question, Dan.
Yeah.
Vinny's been to a lot of cities in the kingdom, and some not in the kingdom.
Yep.
If I could compare this city to one of the cities from the kingdom, what would most closely resemble it? In terms of like the living standard and the wealth of the citizens.
I mean, most of these people seem to be fairly well off. None of them seem to be very poor. Certainly not in any of the ones that you've witnessed so far, at least. Certainly none below the poverty line that you would expect to see in almost every city that you've been to. But perhaps, this is more close to, the royal city in Roldham or the King's City in Rillenon.
Okay, so, but in those cities, they sort of drag away poor people so that they don't affect the sightlines of the rich. Whereas here, it more feels like
everyone's at least on a level. There are definitely more affluent-looking people that you've seen, but most of these people seem to be well above the poverty line.
Like they've got some sort of universal basic income, something.
Yeah, maybe something like it's like maybe everyone in the city's looked after.
Yeah, maybe it's been run like Iceland.
Yeah, maybe.
Rather than like every other country. Okay, so yeah, thank you for your information.
Indeed. Yep. So you guys all pile into this first room with Villafandrel, and you shut the door behind you, and he says, "I have a delicate task. There,
Does it involve gooch stabbing?
No.
Okay, now this is more of a
That's quite
private
delicate.
thing. That's like a
It's a
sub-level.
specialty. It's a specialty of ours.
Okay, yeah, it's a specialty of ours.
Hopefully there should be no stabbing of any kind required, but I will keep that in mind for future. No, there is a family heirloom that has been misassigned. It belongs in my family, but it has been lost for generations, and I recently learned that it is being kept under lock and key in the spire.
You want us to steal something for you, sir?
It is just reappropriating it. It is originally, belongs to my family. It is ours. It is not theft. It is simply returning it to its rightful owner.
Okay, so could you give us some information about this item? Because if it's a white and gold shield, then that has also been misappropriated. Vinny gets out his notebook.
And I'll have to appropriate your appropriation.
No, it is not. Although there is a white and gold shield in the spire, it is in the throne room. This,
okay, so this is a guy of misappropriating things. So let's get number one down. What is it I'm looking for?
So
you.
It is a small item. It is not big, so it would be easily carried. But it is a suit of armor made from made from the fins of the giant fish that live here. We don't usually have much use for armor. We do not have any enemies in the city, but it belonged to my ancestor many years back when we first fought for the city, or so the stories say. Um, but it would mean a lot to me to have it returned. I would, I would like to pass it down to my son, and maybe
Thordrum
his son.
bangs the table and says, "Money."
What my
Associate is trying to tell you.
what my colleague is trying to say is what is in it for the no, sorry, the loud boys.
The loud boys.
I have saved up some coin. I was hoping to maybe purchase a building for my business, but I believe that this is a worthier pursuit. I
better be a pretty big building, bud.
I have 4,000 gold pieces.
I'm gonna look around. Is that a lot, guys?
This is
Is that a lot?
I just grumble and
Quite a lot
bang
of money.
the table again.
It is my life savings, but
Is
this,
there a reason
Okay.
why it's not
This- it
already
would
in your
mean-
position?
it would mean much sentimental value to me to have this armor back into my family.
Is there a reason why it's currently not in your possession? Was it taken from you? Was it why is it not?
I am unsure. I can only tell you what was told to me by my father and my grandfather and their fathers before them as they passed the story down to us, that
Zed.
it was misappropriated, that I say stolen from my ancestor many generations ago.
There may be no reason for this line of questioning. He could tell us anything.
Okay.
Okay, Vinicost's zone of truth.
Okay.
Here we go, boys! I'm getting the dagger out. No, I'm joking.
No.
You need to
he says,
enchant
If he
this
tries
dagger.
to kill himself, res him up.
he just
Delamar,
he
calm
just
down. It's
he
okay.
Delamar's getting out the gooch blade and sharpening it and shit.
His eyes light up.
And this guy just looks at Vinny and says, "Wow, this is splendid. You can do magic.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all do some.
You can all do
yeah.
magic.
You know, I
This is
actually think
wonderful.
I'm probably the least capable here.
This is really spectacular. You
look,
could make
I-
much coin in this city with these magics."
Out of
I-
character,
I'm-
can I ask him to say paella?
Did you? Hang on. What was one of those? Before we continue, what was one of those dishes? It was like a mixture of rice and vegetables, and there was some prawns and chicken in there, and it had a slightly spicy edge to it. You
Oh.
cooked it in a huge dish.
Oh, you mean the paella?
Uh,
It is one of my favorites. Yes.
I lost my shit.
I'm really enjoying it. I have to ask, what right do you have to claim this item from your ruler? I suppose.
This,
We just went over that, didn't we?
I have attempted to petition the council for the return of this item, but to no avail for many years. But it
If you
is-
have petitioned the
I think
council,
I think
Then
what my
steal
colleague
it.
is trying to ascertain from you is that we want some hard evidence before we go committing any crimes in anybody's name.
Sure, and he just sort of so he's got like a little shoulder cloak. It's not really a cloak. It's just kind of like a piece of fabric that's sort of hanging over your shoulder. It's more decorative than anything else. But he just sort of lifts it up, and on the shoulder or the chest part near the shoulder, there is a family crest that he's wearing. And he says, "This is the crest of my family, and you would be able to see this crest on the armor itself. It would prove the ownership of my family to this this item."
You have
Yeah.
a quick
I'm
description
going to
of
turn to
the,
my comrades.
crest?
I feel like he could just sew on a crest.
Also, my main concern is that if you have petitioned for this item to be returned and it suddenly went missing, they'd be knocking down your door as the first port of call.
I mean, potentially, but Once it was in my possession, they would have no right to remove it again.
What came out of the zone of truth? Was
Is
he
it a
telling the
kill?
truth?
Is it a kill what you keep, society?
In
Or keep what you
which
kill,
case,
sorry.
Glade comes out.
No, not particularly, but it would be in my home, in my possession, with my family crest on it, and they would have no reason to take it,
Just,
or certainly no right to remove it without any proof that it had been nefariously gained.
this
Now-
this family crest, has Vinny seen it anywhere in the tavern that he owns at all,
No,
other than on his chest?
no, this crest is not in this tavern at all.
Okay.
Let's think about this logically, my good man. What makes you think that the other party wouldn't hire us after you've hired us, and we just steal the bloody thing back again?
Well, look,
Well, I was hoping
Delamar,
that
we
you were a good
we are
kind folk.
in the business of doing the right thing.
You are the good kind man.
Delamar, we are in the business of doing the right thing, and if this item has been misappropriated to belong to Jonesy David rather than this fair family, then
Well, we are in the city for our own
That
means
is
of
precisely
things,
my
well.
issue with it.
If
So-
we can always say, if we come across an opportunity to get it during our own quarrels in the spire, then surely
But
we
by
can
the
get
way,
it. But if not, then
yeah.
we haven't promised anything.
By the way,
And do you want to draw up a quick?
He didn't even save for the Zone of Truth. He didn't know what magic this was. He didn't know he could save against it. You just know that he's telling the truth.
Okay. Fenwick, do you want to just draw up a quick legal document containing to our ability to reappropriate this item from the current government
So,
in
Under the
his
statute
name?
of limitations.
Hold
Under
on,
the statute
hold
of
on, hold on,
limitations.
Vincent. Hold on. You are asking me to draw up a legal document for a society we have only just arrived in for the repossession of an item that we have never seen before, and
Yeah.
where the rules are not as they are on the surface.
No, what I'm saying is, as a contract between us, the Loud Boys, and this fine
This is our
gentleman
own
here,
contract, not a fake,
not
not a fake one.
not a fake one, an actual liar.
You
the
want him
Loud
to write a
Boys
receipt
contract.
out.
I want you to write a receipt.
I feel like Dan's just put this solely innocent person in and we're just overthinking it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do you want me
Every
to
time.
use the
Everything.
binding spell? Is that what you're asking?
It's the joy of being a DM.
Before Fenwick has the chance to respond to your request, Villathantal just pipes up and he says, "But surely this receipt or contract would possibly be used as evidence to say that I gained this item without proper means."
So you are gaining it nefariously.
Well, no, I'm asking you to do that part.
I am asking. Okay, do you know what? Fuck it. Let's just, if we are in a position to regain this item that belongs to you, and
I
we
would
can
I would
clearly
just
see it
feel more
belongs to
comfortable
you.
without any kind of physical evidence.
Okay, let's say we turn up to your door in 3 days' time. We have the item. Then you give us the gold and we move on.
Indeed, I could give you 1,000 up front.
I'm gonna whisper to Vinny.
You know, I'm
Dude's
not
sketchy
comfortable
AF.
taking. I'm not comfortable taking money up front, honestly, because
Especially if we're not planning on getting, I'm going out of our way to get it, then
you know we're in a kind of in and out situation here. So let
Vinny,
me just.
this is sketchy.
No,
This is so shady.
Delamar, do you know what my business was before I was in the Loud Boys?
I do not, Vincent.
Used to sing for Westlife.
I mean, not
I
far
was
off.
a singer.
He was
in
in
the
the- he was in the
band
nut business.
Westlife.
Yeah.
I was in the business of distributing the I don't know.
Discharge?
Tatine nuts.
Yeah, it's a tatine nut. It's a natural product that is able to be grown in the caves underneath Semric. It's a beautiful thing, and it's illegal in the kingdom.
Highly legal, highly narcotic.
A smuggler then.
Highly addictive. No, I also was a Duke of the Realm and fourth in line to the crown.
And also a massive distributing
Smuggler.
drug dealer.
Are you
Also,
now sixth in
sorry,
line
drug
to the
lord.
crown?
Not even a drug dealer, a drug lord.
There's no crown left.
Yeah,
but you know, not
Do
anymore.
you realise the error of your ways, Vincent?
How about we just say if we're in the area, we'll pick it up. If we're not, then we'll leave it. There's no contract, no nothing.
Okay, thank you for your tip. I will. Vinny will jot down a description of his family crest.
That's the most disrespect I've ever heard. Thanks for your tip. Take that on board. Cheers, mate.
Leave
I
that
think
in the
this-
suggestion box.
I think this dude is sketch, and he's going to get us into a lot of trouble.
I will jot down a description of his family crest. Do you have any other evidence to suggest that this is your family crest other than this thing on your lapel?
You can come to my family home tomorrow if you would like, and I can show you other items that also bear the crest.
That's a lot of effort, though, isn't it?
You know, I believe you. Okay, so I will write down a description of his family crest.
He's in the zone of truth.
The
He's telling
invitation
truth.
alone,
He's
it makes
telling
me
the truth.
believe.
He's in his own
No,
truth.
he is telling the truth. So I will, in my notebook, I will
He
strictly,
currently cannot lie.
jot down a description of his family crest.
I'm going to ask him if he has any.
I'm sorry. I put a quest giver in a tavern in a D&D game, and you guys are so suspicious of it.
No, I'm not. I
Every
just wanted to be
character you've
sure,
ever
so I
made
put
has
down
done
the
something
zone
wrong.
of truth, and now I'm 100% sure that he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
I'm super sus.
Could I have a description of the item that we're looking for?
Um,
I'm not making any promises. I'm dropping my computer.
indeed.
I'm not making any promises, obviously, because
I'm one step
we've got
away
our
from
own
charming this bitch.
reappropriation to do here, but
Yeah, he produces a scroll from inside of his bag and passes it to you. You unravel it, and on it is a very fine drawing of what this suit of armor would look like.
of the armor. Okay.
So he's cased the joint and he's made a sketch.
Okay, so we've got this. It's a suit of armor made from fins of this giant fish, right?
Indeed, they are the great fish that swim around. You will have seen them on the way in.
Oh, the eel things, like the giant.
Yeah, like on
serpents.
the last area that I'll put you back on that area so just so you can see
Oh
it.
god damn it! Is this like ancient sea-bound dragon armor?
So like
God damn.
these large great fish.
Okay.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, they're called
Great
great
fish.
fish.
Cool.
Great fish.
Sounds great.
Yeah, but their scales are hard, harder than iron or steel.
Harder
Vinny
than not 7 days
will.
after discharge.
He's hard, mate. All right.
Vinny
He's
will
hard.
But
write
super light.
down in his finest hand, no promises, the Loud Boys, and then he'll stick his friggin' wax seal on the top because actually it doesn't mean anything anymore. So it's basically meaningless.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then give him a receipt that really means nothing, but it's just we'll do our best.
I mean, everything we've said in
Okay.
the last 20 minutes means nothing.
He takes it. He goes, okay, thank you. I suppose I will see you in a few days' time, maybe.
That is the new receipt. Just no promises. Signed. Done.
Mwah.
And the Loud Boys, bam. Right, okay. I won't take any money up front because really it's like we'll do it if we can, but otherwise,
Right.
I get the feeling
Fuck
that
you.
this Jonesy David is a bit of an asshole.
Well, even this is enough to give me hope. I appreciate you listening to my tale and taking this on.
That's a good point, Vinny. What do you know about this chap, Jonesy David?
We'll have to
Oh,
find
good
out.
point,
Well,
Calamar. Well brought up.
He's the king, I guess, the leader of the owner of the city.
But
He
would
is-
you describe him as like full of bants or not a nice guy?
Would never know. I have never met the man.
I see.
They say that he is firm but fair in his justice, and his council provides good laws and take care of the people. So I know not much more, to be honest.
I think the citizens say that about Winnie the Pooh as well.
Yeah, it's firm but fair. It's like a kiwi.
In that case, what was your name again? I have a very good mind, but I wasn't listening when you said it.
Villathandrel.
I've just put down a 16-letter word, mostly containing F's and L's.
Yeah, me too.
Villathandrel. Okay.
There's no F's in it at all.
I put Alejandro.
Alejandro.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your information.
Fernando.
Based on the time of day, I think we should go to sleep and pick this up next time.
Indeed, the chap takes his leave, and he's just after 9:30. So yeah, the Villathandrel takes his leave, and
That's right.
you guys split into your various rooms unless there was anything you wanted to do, and you will take your evening's rest, and we will pick it up in the next session.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I can do Monday next week, but I am going on holiday from Tuesday to Tuesday the week after, like the week after Monday. So a week today, right?
Okay.
Yeah, a week today I go on a holiday to a field in the middle of nowhere.
So
I won't be
do
able
the
to.
Monday, but not the Tuesday.
I can do the Monday, but not the Tuesday.
Okay.
But then
do we want to do Sunday, Monday?
Do Sunday, Monday.
What am I doing? I feel like I'm doing something.
You don't have to answer now. I was putting it out there.
I'll let you. Yeah, I'll let you know
Yep.
what I'm
You
doing.
don't do anything. Not allowed anywhere. I'm not allowed to see anybody. We're at a hospital.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing? It's quarantine, mate.
Hey, I'm going for all-you-can-eat Japanese on Thursday night.
That made me jealous. I can't walk inside a restaurant.
Yeah, restaurants and pubs are open again, I suppose.
I work in a hospital.
I am unable to attend.
Well, you would die if you caught the COVID, mate. That's why.
Yeah, I know. When I spoke to my doctor, he was like, "Oh wow, you're like a 90. You've got the sort of the chance of death as like a 97-year-old black man." I'm like, "Okay, you're gonna have to drop that on me." Like,
why did you say what? Racist?
97-year-old black man.
Why's it gonna always be black with you?
What in inner city Chicago? Did he add that at the end?
I don't know.
I mean, what is this racial stereotype?
Basically, if I caught it, I would guarantee to go onto a ventilator, and then after that, it's
your
like
pigment would change.
Yeah,
like tossing a
do an
coin
MJ
and dead.
reverse.
I mean, it is statistically proven that black people have it worse than white.
Yeah,
Exactly. I think that's what his point was.
Ethnic
right?
minority groups do tend to fare worse. Yeah.
Now, is that because
poor healthcare systems?
We're not going into the reasons.
Maybe you should stop the recording.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to go into the socio-economic downturn of ethnic minorities in relation to the COVID virus.
End up in the recording.
But yeah. All right. That was a good session. We got a lot done.
Yeah, it was.
You guys managed to make it all the way to Atatlantea. Destroyed the water spirit.
Girl.
We didn't die to the girl.
What water spirit?
The little girl was a water spirit.
Motherfucker, that was a creepy ass water spirit. It's just like the freaking shadow of Conclaves all over again.
Conclave of shadows.
Shadows of Conclave.
Shadow of Conclaves.
Desperately needs to change its name.
Yeah, it really does though.
And Vinny, not good. Final score, not good.
But yeah, so alright, I'm going to let me terminate this recording.